audio might be shit. Is it only coming in one ear? What's up, German? I that sucks. I probably won't do with the FX6 again. It was so much easier to do this with my pocket camera. Like doing a live stream was so much easier with this little thing, and the FX6 just kind of complicated it. I'm on the laptop and sounds decent to me. Awesome. Thank you, Yeti. Okay, guys. Yeah, sorry for the mess up. That other link doesn't work. He's getting stereo. Oh, so cool. It's probably a mix of the onboard mic and maybe this one, but still, either way, sounds fine, Francesco. All right, guys. I'm on my phone, but it sounds good. Good deal. Good deal. Okay, cool, man. Dang, I feel bad about I have the old link on my Instagram, but maybe I can just audio is good. Welcome, quality video service. Sick, dude. We got a little roundup coming in here. So we'll see. We'll see if someone wants to have a discussion. I had a lot of people battle me on that most recent video, which is funny to me because everybody was complaining about the underexposure thing. And it's like, man, that was one tiny ingredient to what the whole video was actually about. But everybody wants to harp on certain things. You know, everybody has trigger words. And so they get triggered by that, and then they like go deaf, blind, and dumb, and they don't want to listen anymore, and then they just run to the comments. So, but you know, those people aren't actually subscribed to the channel. But it'll be interesting to see if we could get a little topic going. People cry too much about shit. Yeah, Francesco, that's right, man. They do, man. They do, because the video wasn't even about that. That's what was it was heartbreaking to me, because I was like, dude, the video was actually about like just analyzing the cinematography. Like that little anecdote was one little ingredient. Bro, are you on a log profile on a stream? Is it really? Oh, it's sending out a log. Thank you. Alberto, thank you. Oh man, is it log? Oh, bummer. So it doesn't send the LUT downstream. Yeah, okay. I can switch it up then. Let me switch it up. I thought that the video assist would send the LUT, but apparently it's not. So I guess I got to send it from camera. So that's just another reason, man. Should have stayed with the pocket cam. Stand by, boys. Let's see. I got to flip this around. Such a bummer. Oh, you know what I could do too? Oh, it's not sending it downstream there either? What the hell? Oh, I know why. Okay, hold on. Yeah, let's do this. Boom. Holy shit, that's going to be hardcore. That, I think, is the LUT from the music video I was just did. Wow, that's a pretty gnarly LUT, but we'll take it. So the McAllister, I call it the McAllister LUT. It's a LUT that we were monitoring with on the music video. Is it still log? No, it's colored now, right? Hashtag contrast. Yeah, that's right. It's actually, this is a funny thing. This LUT is actually 2 stops under, which is funny. So you see, it's like, whatever. But this LUT's not mine. This is shout out to our director, Eric Richter. If you guys haven't seen that music video yet, Poison the Well, that is, it's out. They haven't done a music video in like 15 years. So their fans are going nuts over it. I was the DP on that, and check it out. I think I put it in the community tab. Yeah, LUT, LOL. Message retracted. What does that mean? Herbert, what are you writing? Why is it retracting your messages, bro? Okay, so I was just like chilling in here, and I'm like, nah, I got to do something. Typo. So I am set up to scan film out here, and I don't know. I just thought like I got to be doing something. I didn't want to be like sitting here like I'm holding court or something. And I have all these rolls I have to scan up. I don't know if you guys are into film photography, but I'm kind of obsessed with it as of last year. Your stuff is great, Justin. Thank you. Shout out to Fathead Video LLC. Fathead Video. That's cool, dude. Thank you. I try, man. You know, I don't know, dude. I think the stuff that I like is not like what the rest of the world likes. So, I mean, I grew up with kids. Anybody know the Harmony Korine? Harmony Korine? I've been thinking of getting into it. It's embarrassing. I've never had to use a light meter. You don't have to. I mean, you could get there's plenty of film cameras. There's actually a lot of entry-level film cameras that have meters built in, and they're pretty dang good, actually, even still. You could do that. All I've shot is film for the last year. Shout out to Yeti, bro. for cinematography as well. I've never shot 16 millimeter film. We were going to on a music video, but it didn't really happen. I do have an 8 mil. Nikon F5 is top tier. Yeah, a lot of people like the Nikons, but you can get, you know what I'm probably going to get, like, because this is a little crazy to walk around with. Sekonic make a super small one, and it's called the Lightmate or something like that. It's like a little tiny thing, and it's really, really cool. What I like about it is that when you take a reading, and it does reflective or incident. It has a little dome that you slide back and forth. It's like this big. The only downside is plastic. But what I like about it, when you take a meter, there's just, it's old school. So it's on like a rotary dial, and it shows you every combination of f-stop and shutter that would give you like the best exposure for whatever ISO you're rating it at. And I love that. That's old school. You know, even like these top meters, they don't do that. Like, it just shows you one thing, and you're like, I guess you could play with like the plus minus, but I don't have time for that. Like, I might get it. I don't know. It's kind of pricey. Let's see. Not for cinematography, LOL, but it does shoot 8 frames per second, 35 millimeters. So theoretically, would be hella expensive on a film camera. Yeah, I guess if you're like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this right now is like my scanning setup. M10 with the Leica R macro. It's not ideal. I do have the 1-to-1 adapter on here. It does do good scans, but it's not ideal because the live view on the M10 sucks, and it kills the battery. And also the Leica R macro isn't great for scanning because every time you focus, it does crazy like zooming in and out. So it's not ideal. I just might get like another Sony camera. Maybe I've been looking on Facebook Market for like a cheap one, you know. But right now I just have this set up with 2/3 over. It's already set up. Dude, I did the opposite of you and swapped my FX6 and got a Komodo. And whilst I love the Komodo, I think I made a big mistake. Jeremy said about 4 minutes behind, but your analysis on underexposure was incredibly validating. Yeah, we didn't really get it. I don't expect any of those people to jump into this, but it would be nice if they did. Because I'm not the best at articulating. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that. And what mic are you using? Audio sounds clean for the mic to be positioned the way it is. Yeah, it's the Sennheiser MKH416, and I just have it running directly into the FX6. But that's cool. Thank you, Alberto. Watching you from Ukraine, local time 2 a.m. So I go to sleep, but very interesting. Rad, man. Whoa, yeah, Ukraine, man. Ukraine strong, dude. That's awesome. Stay strong out there, guys. Dope. Off topic. I'm looking for a good, inexpensive hair light for interviews. Guys, give Herbert some tips on a good, inexpensive hair light for interviews. I mean, dude, you could use anything. You could use a little baby tube with a grid on it if you wanted to go like super dirt cheap, and then you just screw it into a little stand. You know, I mean, that'd be pretty ghetto, but I mean, I've done that. I've put a 2-foot tube with a grid. I've even done 4-foot tubes and then run gaff tape on either side of it for barn doors and put it on a light stand and just set it off where no one can see it. What's cool about the tubes is they're super, super soft. But if you can get a true egg crate grid for it, it'll help you kind of focus it a little bit, but it's a soft tube. I mean, that's one thing that I used to do. Nanlite 60B Mark II, hell yeah. And then if you do get the Nanlite, you could get a little spotlight mount for it, you know, so you can really focus it and do fun stuff with it. LS60X, yeah, I think LS60X is kind of the same thing as the Nanlite. Yeah, those are great options. I used to do that too. I used to have one of those. I need to get another one. So I got myself crammed up here in the garage because last time, I don't know if you guys are on the last one. Well, it was way hotter, so we had the heater cracking and it got dry in the room and I had a cough fit. It was so embarrassing, dude. It was gnarly. Yo, Trollface, just wanted to say thank you for your no bullshit approach to tech in this industry. Really helped with some major purchases lately. Thank you, Trollface. That's a badass name. I will admit I get a little trolly myself, like I really do. Sorry guys, I'm gonna try to move this around. Sorry if this pops. I get a little trolly, I don't mean to do it, like, but I think like what I love trolling on, I don't really, I like trolling on companies. That's what I like to troll on, and I don't understand why so many people stick up for the companies. And I think some people got mad at me when they realized that I'm not that type of dude. You know, absolutely love it. Yeah, is this on Top Chat? Oh, let me change this. Trolling on the shills. Yeah, I do love to do that. 100%. I love to do that. It's an old music alias, LOL, retired and back into film. Sick. Man, I'm not musically inclined. I wish I was. I bought the Teenage Engineering OP1. Let me know if you guys know what the Teenage Engineering OP1 is. I was obsessed with it. I didn't know how to use it. But my outro song that I used to have and play all the time, now the past few videos, I've just been like ending it. I think that's better. But I used to do an outro. I made that whole, like, it used to have like Tom Hardy's voice on it and shit. And I did that with the OP1. It was like, thank you, thank you. And it had like another one gone, another one. It was just like a horrible mashup. You could probably tell that I made that myself. That's all I did with it. And then I just couldn't, I don't know. And then I just never touched it again. I have no rhythm though. I'm white dude. I'm total white dude trash, man. I have no rhythm. Sorry, let me see. Following from Bolivia, South America. Hell yeah, that's where I would like to go. I would like to do more world travel. South America, dude. No way. Did I move this yet? Sorry, guys. I just want to get a little bit on here. Okay, my claim to fame is this song I did with Skrillex that they just used for the Arby's commercial for the last 10 years. Oh, damn, that's badass. But film is better. Underage engineering is questionable. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay. He's coming after the Condor Blue crew next. That's funny that you mentioned that, actually. Okay, hold up. We gotta back up. Someone, speaking of trolling, who is your next target? Oh, that's where that came from. Yeah, man, the Condor Blue folks. Well, you know what that's tied to? That's tied to the Crater thing, right? And Crater is very suspect to me. I am the all-seeing eye. They are in Ontario, right? I don't know. Are they? I don't think so. I think they're in the Midwest or something. He said, God, don't do that. I just rigged out my Komodo X and all con. Hey, it's no big deal. Everyone uses Condor. I have Gerald Undun's Condor Blue right angle HDMI cable. I think that's the only Condor Blue thing I have. No, I don't really have any dislike for Condor Blue. My dislike is, you guys know that, who Crater is run by, right? You know that Crater is run by the CEO of Condor Blue and Mondo, right? That's what it is. Nah, Condor Blue is here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think their LLC is listed in Oregon or something like that. No, not Oregon. It was somewhere else. Why is Crater suspect? He said, hold up, what up, mobileography? Justin, are you still using red Komodo? Because since red taken by Nikon, we did not see it. Yeah, I told you guys, I sold my red in March, before, they basically plummeted in price. I still shoot on reds occasionally, like if they rent it or something. I'm not anti-red. I just decided that I wanted a more user-friendly camera for the type of jobs that I was getting. Like when I said in my video of the FX6, when I said that that's the camera that literally worked the most in the past 2 years, that was no joke, man. The last paid job that I had the red Komodo on was in 2022. 2022 was the last time someone requested the Komodo, or that and I was like, damn. And after that, it was all Sonys. We were either renting Sonys, or the people we were working with already had Sonys. It's like, it was game over for me. It's a no-brainer for me. And I know people always say, like, don't chase the gear, man. But when you see it consistently for 2 years, you're just like, dude. And especially back then when I had the A7S III, and more people preferred me to shoot their stuff on the A7S III than the Komodo. And really it was because, like, smaller kind of jobs where they could actually they knew what to do with the footage. I don't know, man. So it just ended up being like the most expensive camera that I had was being used on passion projects. And then the least expensive camera that I had was being used to like make my money. And I'm like, this is backwards as hell, man. So yeah, that's why I sold the Komodo. It wasn't like, it wasn't making sense. Like I'm the type of guy where like investments have to make sense, man. And so the FX6 is, yeah, that's why I jumped on that. And then maybe I'm too late, but I don't know. I'm so happy with it. I'm not worried about Ks and resolution and all that. I'm just going to chill for a while, man. I'm not, it is what it is. Sorry, that was kind of long-winded. K-Blue is so sick, bro. Also, are you safe from LA fire? Because it was huge. Yeah, we're safe. We're safe out here where we are. It's pretty much over now. It definitely destroyed a lot of places. I mean, LA is it will never be the same. It will never be the same. It's gnarly. But yeah, we're good where we are. Hey brother, good to see you. Hello from Vancouver. Randall Burgess in the house, folks. I, for one, am appreciative of you for calling out all the other YouTube dipshits like the likes of Peter McKinnon. I don't really have I trashed Peter. I feel like I haven't really trolled on Peter McKinnon. I probably dropped some. Maybe I did. Oh yeah, about the filter thing. Yeah, I mean he's making proprietary things. I mean it's I guess like I mean look. I mean like if someone was to approach me and was like, "Do you want to make this stuff?" But like I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of proprietary stuff. Speaking of which, like that reminds me of like Red. It's like Red is like really proprietary. That's what I liked about the Komodo. Like I felt like the Komodo was getting away from the proprietary stuff, but then after a while, it just ended up going back to that. I'm like, what the hell, man? That's just my opinion on it. It's just my opinion on it, though. I miss the nice small files from the FX6. They're so tiny, and with the metadata, you have all the access to RAW. And I'm like, like why would you not? Like I don't know. The only thing I will say is like I don't think the dynamic range is as good as the Reds on the FX6. Like that's just my opinion. I don't think it is. But other than that, like I'm not stressing out about that though. Let's see. Sony even over Airy? No, dude. But I am not the kind of guy that like. Look, I'm shooting in a garage. Like I'm not gonna invest in an Airy. That's Ontario, California, by the way. For real? He said, haha, and I'm over here complaining about my FX6 file sizes. They're so tiny, dude. Would you say the same would be true for the Komodo X? Yeah. Well, it just has better I/O. Like, what's the difference? Like, I'm not convinced that it's an entirely new sensor either. I don't know. It's just my opinion. Aha, Komodo files are stupid, and I'm thinking of switching back. Cam Mackey sounds like he learned English on Duolingo. I don't know anything about that. Dynamic range isn't far off. Yeah, I mean, it's close enough. I bought my Komodo 6K strictly for narrative projects. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Look. If you're just like, yo, I just wanted like that. I mean, honestly, that's why I first bought the Komodo as well too, right? Because I was doing way more passion projects back then, way more short films, way more spec stuff. But then like things took a turn for us. And then we like last year we went on, like we covered 14,000 miles. Like I'm working on like a documentary thing now. And so like, that's just like another part of the thing where I'm like, I need something more that's more catered to me. But also the majority of the jobs I was on wanted FX6. Sorry. I bought my Komodo 6K strictly for nerd. Just make sure you don't underexpose too much. Look, I'm not afraid of underexposing. I'm not. I don't. I do it all the time. I'm not afraid of that. I think, but also the logic in my brain is like you're already putting darker skin tones one stop under anyways for their correct exposure. So in my head, I'm like, why would it matter if you put lighter skin tones one stop under? It's not gonna, I mean, any digital sensor that I've had my hands on excels in a little slight underexposure. Certainly depending on your situation. I don't understand everyone's freak out about that. What's your film scanner setup? I have an old Sony A7S II and your setup makes me want to do my own scans. This sucks. No, I would not recommend this. This is the M10 with a Leica R macro with the life-size adapter, the 1-to-1 adapter. But I love the setup down here. But this is why I started doing my own scans, because the lab that I go to. First of all, they roll it up and they put it in this canister, which is fine, I guess, but like, I don't know, it gets super curly, and so it's like really hard to scan this. But what I have underneath is the CineStill light pad light, and it's really, really bright. I thought I was gonna scan with my Roscoe Dash, but this thing is like way brighter, funny enough. So I use that, and then Veloy makes a little like 3D printed film holder, but it's actually perfect. But this is not ideal. I use a baby C stand. This is very DIY. A baby C stand, not the way to go. I wouldn't recommend this, but for me, it works. The only thing that I'll probably end up doing is swapping out the camera that I'm using for like a Sony camera and probably like a native macro lens that doesn't have such huge lens travel, because this thing acts like a zoom lens and it takes forever to get it lined up. But yeah, I'm like not really doing this at all, am I? So what do you think it's going to happen with the film industry in California? Because I can imagine there's a lot of crews. Wait. I can imagine there's a lot of crews and a lot of guys looking for work on top of now they have no home. I mean, honestly, it was already screwed up before the fires. like the industry has been messed up since 2020, and it hasn't really came back since in this neck of the woods, right? Funny enough, 2020 was my busiest year, but that's because I was on a travel doc and we were documenting all over America during COVID. And it's so funny because I recently watched a thing where a guy was saying he's from Florida, and he said they didn't have COVID in Florida, and it's so true because Florida was one of the destinations we went to, and it was like party on, man. Like it was so crazy, and it was prime time. It was like central summer 2020. So that's why I really was kind of grooving and moving in 2020, but like the industry as a whole was hurting, and then following that was the strikes, and then following that was this AI thing that was a result of the strikes, the strike deal, right? So this is like, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm in the Screen Actors Guild, and I've been in it since 2011. So I had the skinny on everything about the deals and everything. The deals were screwed from the beginning, right? And they really didn't make a difference on the memo deal. It's basically the same. It was the same as all they did is like push back the time, right? And so the time to make the deal is what I'm saying. Like we didn't really get a good deal, man. And so in terms of AI and stuff, and you're already seeing it. I mean, it's and I don't think people understand like how big of a toll the AI thing is actually already taking on the industry, and the more it will take on the industry. It's going to be insane. They're eventually going to have, and to some people, like, I get it. Like if you're outside of the industry, it could be really fun, right? Because you'll be like, yeah, man, I can get on my TV and I can tell it that I want to be in Star Wars and I'm going to be Han Solo. Like that's going to be a real thing. And that's fun to some people, but it's like I don't know. I don't want to get down the rabbit hole, but it's not good, man. But to that point, it was way worse before the fires. But yes, the fires are, yeah. It's just one. It seems like every year this industry takes a huge gut punch. At least in this neck of the woods. Have you seen A Complete Unknown? Uh no, I probably won't see that movie. First of all, I like the way that it looks in the trailer, the cinematography. I agree with you, but I refuse to watch that movie as a whole because I don't know. There's something weird about making a biopic when the man is still alive, and then there's something even more weird about it when the dude goes on SNL and he performs Bob Dylan's songs on SNL as if he is Bob Dylan. And in my head, I'm like, did he become Bob Dylan now? Like, imagine if you're Bob Dylan at home and you're watching it, you're like, why wouldn't they just have Bob Dylan be the musical guest on SNL with Timothy Chalamet? Wouldn't that make more sense? So no, I refuse to support that. I think it's a weird thing to me. And it's like, it's like, it's Oscar bait, it's so, but again, I come from this is what I mean. A lot of the things that I talk about, like my whole mentality comes from growing up in the entertainment business. So there's so much layers. Like I'm like an onion in our environment, so it's like, no, but the long story there. No, I refuse to watch Complete Unknown. Does your community have a Discord? Yeah, well, yeah, I do. So I've been debating this, guys. I've been debating this. So I've had a Discord for years on my Patreon. And lately I have been thinking about having one channel over there, like public access. And I've been talking to it with my Patreon group, and we may do it, but I think like I would have to assign mods because I think people it could get crazy really quick. But yeah, that's something we've been thinking about. In the Shadows. I don't know what that is. I don't know what In the Shadows is. Oh, is that a TV show? Maybe when you raise exposure and post, too much of the noise floor comes with it. It's true. I mean, it's true. But that, you could do like I don't know if you guys watch Wandering DP, but he does the squeeze and drop. So you like squeeze it. That's why I always use a high con filter. The ultra con filter, because it naturally does the squeeze and drop in camera, and then you just pull it down. What stock are you developing right now? Okay. Yeah, I'm like way off the charts here. This is Cine Still 800T, and that's what it is. Cine Still 800T. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get caught up on all this stuff. Just shot video for Red Bull, KTM. Congratulations, Prison Junkie. 2 FX6 and 1 FX3 with WYSI comms, and a P41D via. Jeez Louise. That's great, though. Red Bull, man, that's badass. I've shot some stuff for Red Bull with Coco Zarita. Let's see. Fathead said, I'd like to see another deal memo soon. Me too, bro. I moved to Hollywood, Franklin Village 2 months ago. Shout out. Awesome. People hold on to work like gold. Yes, it's true. It's very true. Dude, you can make an AI creator to do work for you online. See? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I'm going backwards, though. Hence the film. Like, I'm going backwards. SAG has been ratifying awful deals for a very long time. It's very true. Shout out to Joe Hartzler. Prison Junkie. Sony is ubiquitous outside of features. Get with or get unemployment. Damn. That's a lot to unpack. Okay, shout out to Cognition. I think people don't understand that regarding AI, people watch movies for how the characters relate to us in real life scenarios. Who cares about seeing artificial actors? I think it will fade. Maybe. Let's hope. Oh shit! I didn't even know you had a Patreon. I'm gonna go check that out. Look. I'm not trying to promote that. I'm just saying that's where we had a Discord for a long time. But yes, I do. Once notoriety is over. DN says, I wasn't a fan of the movie either, and I didn't like how cliched it looked too. Did it look cliche? I haven't watched enough of it. In my opinion, honestly, guys, because I heard they did the same thing that like the Batman and Dune Part 2 did, where they film it digital and then they print it and then they bring it back. And so I was interested in that. But honestly, what I've seen, I wasn't like super impressed the way I was impressed by like Dune Part 2. Yeah. But again, it comes down to the look, the aesthetic. And like, I don't want to talk shit about any like ASC members or anything. Everyone has, there's tons of people pulling strings. There's big money in that project is what I'm saying. So, again, to me, it's Oscar bait. So to that note, in my opinion, Oscar bait movies have to look a certain way sometimes. I've used ChatGPT to write scripts, but it has its drawbacks. I mean, look. If you're using ChatGPT to get some pointers on or to like brainstorm, if you treat ChatGPT like it is a writer in the room that you are the head of, that you're the head writer of, I don't have any qualms with that. Yo, Christopher Duran, what's up, Justin? Glad you're doing another stream. Me too, man. I'm really bummed that the first one I had it all set up perfectly, and it's a long story. But yeah, thank you, Chris, for being here. Authentic, verified, handcrafted work with real humans made by real humans will never go away. It's true, it won't go away. That's right, it won't go away. I'm off now, but it was great talking to you all. In the Shadows was a reference to that Evanescence song when we were talking about. Okay, good. Do you still rate the Pocket 4K? A feature used it to great effect, matched well with the area that they used. Yeah, I mean, movies have been doing that for years. Years, mixing Blackmagic cameras with Arri cameras. I mean, since the beginning. You remember Mad Max Fury Road? They had one of those old school Blackmagic 4Ks, like the boxy looking ones, strapped to his friggin' chest for the snorri cam, like Tom Hardy. Like it's true. They've been doing that for a very long time. Very long time indeed. I switched over from from Canon to Sony about 7 years ago, and I never looked back, and I really don't see that it's going to change for most of the industry, at least in Vancouver. It's bad times, man. It's bad times, man. It is true. I worked on his dark materials and they used Ursa 12Ks. Yeah, I mean it's true. It's really people been doing that. I don't have any qualms against black magic, man. The Pixis thing, it looks cool. Any of you guys shooting on the Pixis camera? Who's shooting on the Pixis camera? I'm sure there's some folks who's got that bad boy. Not as main cam, but for loads of VFX. The real shit will command premium prices just like high fashion watches, muscle cars. The model just has to remove computer dorks as middlemen. It's true. It's true. So see, this is why this is ghetto. Because you got to wait. You got to wait for it to stop shaking. And then you take the shot. So it's a little ghetto with the baby Gary Coleman stand, but it's how I do it. This was probably a horrible idea to do this while I'm trying to like do a live stream, but like there was a part of me that was worried. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like I got like me, like I always feel like I got to be doing something. Like that's just part of like me, my heritage or whatever you want to call it. But I'm like, I got to be doing something. Like I felt like a dweeb just like sitting here. I was like just sitting here and I was looking at the camera and I'm like, this looks horrible, man. Like, what am I doing with my life? So I was like, well, I got to do something, you know, I gotta be doing something. Hopefully not fighting words, but I feel like it's super overrated. What, the Pixis? He says, I don't know why, but Blackmagic makes some ugly looking cameras to me. The way they, okay, hold on. Do you mean the way they physically look or the image that they produce? That's two different things, right? Yeah, with the Pixis. It is overrated. It is overrated. It's overrated because it's the same sensor that they already had. It's 100% overrated. He says, yeah, BM cameras don't inspire, but the Pixis is moving in the right direction. Yeah, I mean, they jumped on the train. They had to. It's like you either join or you get left behind, man. You know, they know what's up. Like they're not dummies over there. They're marketing people more than they're. I shouldn't say that, but they're marketing people just as much as they are camera people. Let's say that. But I do love me some Da Vinci. You know, see this. I usually set this to auto exposure, but man, sometimes it's just not enough, man. It's like too. So you go bulb, and then one more is auto exposure. Yeah, I got to get a better camera to scan with. I don't trust this M10, man. I could never own Pixis. Can you imagine a grown man telling another grown man I shoot on Pixis? That was yes, exactly, dude. And this is the thing too. People battle me on this too. Literally, when I Googled Pixis, I swear to God, but this is the thing, like everyone knows, like your Google results are dependent on your location, right? But when I Googled just the word Pixis, that ad came up with a unicorn. It was like this little baby pony that they put a unicorn horn on and they take it to parties. That was the first thing. And when I put that I made a little troll reel about the Pixis. I put that in the reel. And there were people saying like, you're full of lies. This is not what comes up in Google. I'm like, why would I make that up? Like people think I do not try that hard. I'm not sitting there like scheming like, oh, what can I do about, it's like, it's crazy to me, the shit people think. Oh man, I gotta go. Okay, man. All right, troll. Thank you, man. Awesome, dude. Red one. God damn. Okay, let's see. Da Vinci rules. Yes, it does. I hope they don't restrict it and get offended at the camera rejection. Yeah, the weird thing is like the weird thing is someone was saying that they may go with the subscription route if Apple buys it, and I didn't even think of that. And I'm like, damn, that would suck. Sorry if you already talked about this, but does anyone have any recommendations for a manual follow focus looking to upgrade from the small rig mini? You guys, let Christopher know what you're using for follow focus, manual follow focus. I still have the Foca DP 5000, or maybe it's called the DP 500 Mark II or Mark III. I did a review on it years ago. I still have that follow focus. I still use it. I think the Pixis might begin to take off once everybody incorporates stuff like the DJI Focus Pro, because that was always the big issue with the Blackmagic, at least for me, is their autofocus. Pixis is the DEI of cameras. It'll be wild, man. Okay. Say it was also another. Oh, sorry if this is loud in the thing. I don't know if it is or not, but this is the hardest part about it. You got to get all the dust off. This was bad because usually, like, this is not the way I do it. By the way, this is so ghetto. I'm usually like hunched over the camera, like this whole role might be horrific looking. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and it's just like I don't even understand what some of these photos are. This role, I don't know. I have a lot of rolls that are quite old, like this kind of Ziploc bag. I've been like this, ever since I started developing my own black and white. I've been developing it myself, scanning it myself, and then I realized like I have this whole bag from the lab that I used to go to, and it's like, damn, I gotta scan all this film. Blackmagic has to see how peeps hate Adobe for their subscription-based marketing, so I don't know why they do that. All right, Prison Junkie, take it easy. Not everybody is anti-DEI. I don't know what DEI is. I don't know what that is. I have no clue what that is. Honestly, I don't know what DEI is. Diversity, equity, inclusion. Oh yeah, they were blaming that. They were blaming the plane thing on that, right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Guys, I went to the rally. Did you guys see the reel I put up on my local calls page? So you guys know I like have a whole nother Instagram and YouTube, right? It's called Local Calls Photo. That's where I've been doing all the street stuff. And I went and documented the protest yesterday in downtown LA. Go check it out. Go check out the reel on YouTube or Instagram. It's at Local Calls Photo. I put out like a little short. It was gnarly down there, dude. Like tens of thousands of people took over the 101. It was crazy. I was on the freeway with them. I would love a solid follow focus, but I just don't know enough about brands between Small Rig and Bright Tangerine Revolver Atom. Oh, I'm 100% Bright Tangerine guy. I love all my Bright Tangerine products. However, it is not cheap. You pay for what you get. You know what I mean? You're going to shell out for Bright Tangerine. You try to find it used if you can. Still hoping at some point to meet up with you. If you're ever in Vancouver, would be a blast to do a project with you. 100%, man. 100%. Maybe one day I'll get up there, but it ain't going to be in the wintertime. I tell you that much. That plane, yeah, it was ridiculous. Did I miss what film stock this is? Oh, yeah, it's a CineStill 800T is what I got going on. If you guys want to see, like I stopped posting my street stuff on this main channel because it just wasn't doing very well. That's another reason why I started the whole other page and the other channel. But I've been posting my stuff over on my Local Calls Photo Instagram page. I had one of our reels over there go viral too, which was really cool. So that helped us out a little bit because, you know, it's a very, very small page. Not on YouTube. It went viral on Instagram. I'm just waiting for this to stop shaking. The Gary Coleman is not the way to go. It's an attempt to make up for the crazy ethnic obsession. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Yeah, but it was lit last night. Oh, you were down there? Prison Junkie, were you down there? I was down there too. Yeah, way more patience than I do. I could never do that. That thing would be flying out the window by now. This thing? It's good for me. It's good for me because the whole reason I got into doing street was because I needed something to chill out, you know? Like I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm pretty high energy, you know, like I'm a different kind of human being. Like a lot of people I meet, they think I'm on drugs. And I'm like, dude, I'm 11 years clean, dude. Like, so like my brain is just so crazy. And so I needed something to just make me relax and slow down. And it's nice. It forces me to go out, walk around a little bit. And then I don't know, last year when I got the M6, I didn't really mess. I shot film for sure, 100%. But I was going to the lab, and I was shelling out so much money at the lab. And then this year when I got the M3, sorry for the train, guys, if that's super loud. This year I got the M3 and just started shooting a bunch of black and white, started developing my own black and white. But I'm not really going to do that on this channel. I know, like, well, I have this, but it's for the live, but all that stuff I'm keeping reserved for the local, because that's how YouTube works, like it doesn't push those videos enough because the algorithm gets trained a certain way. So like, and it's in my head, I thought they would meld, but they don't. It's two different audiences. So I had to split off and go another Instagram, another YouTube channel. What are you looking at that is shaking? So you probably can't see it on camera. So like, oh, you can't see. So this camera right here is the M10. It's connected to a baby C-stand arm. So I have a C-stand behind it that's holding it. And the reason why I use a C-stand is because it's just easy for me because I have a bunch of grip gear. So I'm using a C-stand because I put a spigot, a little plug with a 1/4-20 on it. That's in the bottom of the M10, and then it's into the grip head, right? So I'm using that, and it's a perfect way with the C-stand arm to get it directly level over the scanner, or not scanner, but the light pad here. And but because the C-stand is kind of janky, like you can see it, like watch. You see it shaking right there? So every time I grab the shutter thing here, it does shake. You can't see it, but I can see the live view because the live view on the M10 is so horrendous because it wasn't made for that, right? So I'm just using it for the scanner, but like I can see it because the rolling shutter is so bad with the live view on this camera. So yeah, so that's what was shaking basically. Okay, I'm gonna try to get one more before I look at the comments again. I don't think I did this one yet. Let me try to see if I can get caught up here. Okay. What are you looking? Okay. Film photography is so fun for me. It's relaxing. When you finally see it develop, it's like a little reward, 100%. And I love doing it myself. Hell yeah, brother. 8 years over here. Congrats, Chris. That's awesome, dude. For cinematography, how do you work around cameras with bad rolling shutter when you are trying to get handheld look without the annoying shutters? Yeah, I use Easy Rig. You get skilled in it. So what I tend to do is I always have a V mount on the back of the camera and I jam it into my pit, right? If you're on an Easy Rig, it's a little easier to do. A lot of people when they're first on the Easy Rig, they put too much faith in the Easy Rig and their footage actually looks worse. And I know from experience, like, 'cause I've been shooting on Easy Rig for a very long time. So the Easy Rig has a little bit of trick to it. You got to do a little slight, you got to move like this, just a little bit. I may even be moving too much right now, right? But this is what I do with my body when I'm on the Easy Rig. I kind of do like I let my torso do like a circle 8. You know what I mean? Probably not circle 8, just kind of more like a do-si-do. But I'm always doing a little slight movement when I'm on the Easy Rig, and it kind of counteracts because a lot of people get on it and they just sit there and they're like this and they're like, yeah, it's gonna, it looks so bad. And so there was a show I was on, it was on a big network, and there was 4 of us that were Easy Rig. I think all 4 of us were on Easy Rig, and I was the only one that they let remain on Easy Rig. And I even had guys coming up to me afterwards being like, dude, how do you do it? So I was trying to tell them, like you just do a little bit of a sway with it because it's your camera's hanging with a little string. Long story short, that should help you. But if you don't have an Easy Rig, just jam that bitch up into your, like you got to do the 3-pointer, like boom, boom, boom. And that's why a lot of guys still use the old school viewfinder, but I've never really liked that for video. But if it's your thing, you could do that too. And then you'd really get your head in there and but I wouldn't take the shift out. Like I wouldn't take the fluid. And maybe it's easier for me because my inner energy is always going a million miles a minute anyways. So and maybe it's just more natural for me to kind of give it a little natural shift, but I like to give it a little something because then you won't feel it as bad. Like if you're just rock solid and you're like, yo, I'm not going to move this camera, you're going to see it 100%. I shoot on the M3 now. I have the M3 now, and I love that camera. I did a video on it, and it's on this channel actually. The video I did for it, but don't judge that roll. Everyone was judging the roll too. I'm like, it was a test roll, dude. I bought the camera off eBay and I went and did a test roll. It's like, how you think I'm gonna get a bunch of bangers on a test roll? But also the scans were from the lab. That was before I was scanning my own film. So, yeah, M3 all the way, 100%. So I'm 5 years sober. Dang, the body's go. So sober people up here. Wow. Congrats, man. We should get together and hit a meeting. I'm going, wow. You know, what's funny. I haven't really done that in a long time because, you know, I have over 11 years and, I don't know, man. I went a little, I did it. I mean, that's how you get it. Right. But, after that, after about 3 or 4 years, I kind of migrated off to like a different path that we can talk about another day. But yeah, I still would. I don't care. I also get the same raised eyebrows assessments from normies. I was self-medicating for years to slow myself down. Yeah, 100%. Wow, I would never have thought that about the Easy Rig Swain. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. You can't just sit there and think that you know, you can't put your faith into it. It's not a gimbal, you know. Natural ballast for handheld. Easy Rig drives me nuts. Hoyt shoots IMAX on his shoulder. I saw that, which is insane. Definitely an art to Easy Rig. There is. Is it hard to dial focus for macro? It would be a lot easier if this lens didn't travel so much. Like it literally zooms in and out. This is the Leica R, by the way. It zooms in and out. It's a beautiful macro. I had it CLA'd, but it's just not ideal. And yeah, again, the live view is horrendous on this camera. Okay, I think I caught up. Did you use those over-the-shoulder saddlebags to set your camera on? No, I have a tiny saddle. I have a little baby one, and I got it for our travel dock. I use that, and it's cool. It was, well, back then I was still using the FX30 when we did our first journey last summer. We did 11,000 miles, and I had the little tiny saddle with the FX30. I still have the tiny saddle, but I don't think the FX6 doesn't fit in it very well. So there is that. But there is another company. There's a company out there making a kind of a generic cine saddle for way cheaper. I don't know what it's called, but there are some people that I know that have been using it. People that I know, actually, that I've worked with, and they like it. They don't have any qualms with it. I'll hold my breath for this one. You know what I just realized? Oh no, I do have it on +7. Okay. I don't know about over the shoulder saddlebags though. I don't know what that is. Over the shoulder saddlebags? Do most jobs you do mandate the use of a particular camera? Is that most often a thing? Do most jobs mandate the, I would say it's 50-50. I would honestly say it's 50-50. Most of the submissions on the job boards, well, it's shifted a little bit. It has kind of mellowed out, but for a very long time, it was very camera specific. For a very long time, it was very camera specific. They would let you know on the job boards what camera you needed to have. I still do see that every now and then. It's not as popular as it used to be, but when you do get the job, then they will say, you know, or even before you get the job, sometimes they'll be like, this is the camera we want to use. But now, since I've had the FX6, when people hear that I have the FX6, there's no qualms about it. Like people are stoked about it. But that's, you know, when I first got the Komodo, now again, that thing worked hardcore when I first got that camera. I mean, I was doing a lot of cool stuff with that camera the first 2 years. And there were lots of jobs where I got the job because I owned a Red. I will admit that. But then those jobs went away. People kind of stopped caring about the importance of Red, you know, during that 2-year period from like 2000 to 2022. Like people just stopped caring about the Red. I don't know if that's just specific to my market or everywhere. I honestly don't know. Also, strength and flexibility, natural athleticism are a huge help when 100%. Do they have their editing pipeline already established? Do they expect you to mostly do your? I don't edit for people. I hate editing. I hate editing. And you probably know that because my YouTube videos are not very sexy. Do you notice that? Like I hate editing, man. It's one of my I'm not good at it. My wife is an amazing editor though, and she's kind of the mastermind behind our first long form video is out on the Local Calls channel. Again, it's Local Calls Photo. If you're in a documentary and street photography and stuff, she really was behind. You know, she was the main editor on that, and it's really well done. I mean, and with me, I'm not a good editor. I'm not, so I don't even volunteer to do it. I don't submit to jobs that require it. Most of the time they'll put that in the post, like they'll let you know that they need you to edit too. And I never submit to those jobs because I don't want anything to do with that. You know? So I've recently been shooting video with my Nikon D800 I've had for stills for years, looking to upgrade on a budget and looking at the FX30. In your opinion, is that a good beginner pick? Yeah. Dude, I had that camera for a very long time. I may get it again to be a B cam to the FX6, which a lot of guys do. There is nothing wrong with that camera. Damn, this battery's about to die. I've been not... I kind of figured that's how this would go. Like I knew I wasn't going to be scanning a whole lot because this is kind of really tedious. But this is another reason why I don't like using the M10 to do this, because the live view kills this camera. It's not made for it, you know? It's just not made for it. It's not made to be used with live view. I don't think it is, because when I use this camera without live view, it lasts forever. Forever. I can shoot so long with just one battery. I have 2 OEM batteries with this thing, but the batteries just last so long. But if you use live view, or I have the little EVF, I bought the EVF for this thing that connects to the hot shoe. I don't know why I even bought that because I never use it, but I just thought like, ooh, if I need to do a portrait, I want to make sure I have perfect focus or something. And it's just like, live view kills this camera. It just kills it. But yeah, FX30, 100%. 100%. There's nothing wrong with the FX30. VCT plates are a lifesaver as shoulder dock handheld. Yeah, that's the pro level. I never graduated to that. There's something about the shoulder that I just never got behind. That's why I went easy rig route instead. It's essentially the same, you know, it's the same level. I don't know. It's like, I don't want that weight on my shoulder. I edit over the shoulder of someone else. I hate keyboards. Agreed, Prison Junkie. What? Okay. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Damn, now you guys are going to have to watch me struggle with this. This is brutal right here, what I got to do now. It would have never, I can usually get through a whole roll without it dying, but because I wasn't really doing a whole lot of scanning, it died. Oh, this is another big pain in the ass. I'm going to have to pop this out, and then I'm going to have to re-level it. It'll be fine. As long as I don't touch the focus, it'll be fine. But you see what I mean? I have a spigot on the end of this, and this is, now you can see the C-stand, right? This is the arm. This is the head. You know, you could get a scanning setup for your like DSLR scanning thing, but I don't know, man. You have to take this, the way the M10 is, the battery loads on the bottom. So I have to take this off. It's a big to-do. Yeah. I think if I'm going to keep scanning, well, I'm definitely going to keep scanning my own stuff. Like I've already been looking for like a cheap, older Sony camera that, why'd I take that out? That I can get for super cheap, but hopefully it's still like 24 megapixels. That lab does that, man. All my film is super curly, man. A7R3. Yeah, I was thinking of that actually. I was thinking the A7R3 because it takes the same batteries that the FX30 has, and I still have all my batteries. Sony sent me a bunch of OEM batteries because I had like 4 Sony batteries, and a generic charger killed all of them. And I couldn't figure out what was killing my good Sony batteries. It was the generic charger. So I recently posted this on a Facebook group. I told people, stop using generic chargers. And but what's so rad, Sony was like, swapped them all out for me for free. So now I have 4 Sony OEM batteries and the Sony charger, which is like an $80 charger. So I'm like, it would make sense for me to find a camera that takes those same batteries, and the A7R3 does. I was thinking of that. 100%. Those are pretty cheap right now too. Red Komodo scan rig clickbait. Yeah, it would. That would be funny. Yeah, dude. That and some old Vinton head sticks works great. Visions with the spring sets. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know much about those. These guys are probably hearing the planes, trains, and automobiles now. So I have to re-level this now. So what I do is I have a little leveler, but it dropped. I heard it drop, and I definitely did not pick it up. Oh no, it's right here. I did pick it up. So I have this little bubbler. Oh, you can't see. It's all blown out. It's just a little like, tabletop leveler. So I put that on the top of the camera, and then I got to jump up here, and I just like to level it out to make sure that it's perfectly horizontal above. It's jacked though, man. It's never like super perfect, but I like to get it like somewhat perfect. See, that's pretty damn good though. You have to check the amperage and voltage. When they don't match the Sony chargers, you get problems. I don't trust any of them anymore, dude. I don't trust. But it wasn't that. What it was doing, it was, like, I don't have the battery with me, but like the Sony batteries have those little, like, they're really skinny little, like inside the teeth, they got little skinny wires, and they all got broken. They got like crushed, and the generic charger was crushing the inside of it. You know what brand it was? Power Extra. I'm pretty sure it was Power Extra. Justin, what was the tripod you were talking about using last week? Sockler. It was my Sockler. I use Sockler for cinematography. It's the Flowtech. I have the Sockler Flowtech, but I don't have the head that comes with it. I have like a different head that I bought off of a dude here in LA. I like the Flowtech. And then for photography, I have a Benro, a Benro turtle. It's super lightweight. I only have that for nighttime photography, like really slow shutters. Did you level the table too? What do you mean? No, I don't care about that. Why? Does it not look level? The camera's probably not level, if anything. No, I just make sure that this is perfectly horizontal over the light table. I'm lost now. I get lost. I got used A7R3 last month. It was the same price as a used A7 Mark III. I was so surprised. Yeah, I noticed that too. How much you get it for? Like $1,000? Or did you get it cheaper than that? Okay. We'll avoid Power Extra. Yeah, 100%. How much would you say you spent in gear since day one? What up, small creator studio? Since day one, too much. But here's my thing, guys. Here's my thing. I'm a wheeler and dealer. You guys, you can ask my wife. I wheel and deal like a madman. I was saying this in my last week's stream too. I don't buy a whole lot of stuff brand new. The FX6 I bought new. The Komodo I bought new. It's usually camera bodies. If I buy anything new, it'll be a camera body. But even then, I mean, this M10 I got used. My pocket cam I got used. The Sigma FP that I used to use, I bought that used from a guy. I bought that from a big time director here in LA that actually was using it as a director's viewfinder. That's where I got the FP from. Most stuff I buy used, but again, that's because of my market. I'm aware that it's in abundance here, super cheap. But when I go to get something else, I don't go, I don't like start fresh and go, oh, I got to save my money and get this. I don't operate like that. I look around and do the assessment, right? That's how I realized that the Komodo hadn't been requested for 2 years, right? So I make assessments on the stuff that's accumulating, and I get rid of the shit that hasn't done anything. And like, I usually give it like 6 months, right? So like if it hasn't gone out in 6 months, it's collecting dust, in my opinion, right? I'm not the kind of dude to be like, I don't know, man. One day I might need that. Nah, bro. No way. If you haven't used it in 6 months, it's out the door, right? So I'll sell it, right? That's what I mean. I'm a wheeler and dealer. I wheel and deal. I flip stuff like crazy. It's a little harder now. Now we live in the suburbs, like outside of LA, and it's harder for me to sell stuff because people don't want to travel to the suburbs. So like it has slowed my wheeling dealing down a little bit because I have to like drive into town to like meet them in like Pasadena or something, you know. So that has been a little bit of a bummer, but it's still doable. I'm still wheeling and dealing. I'm still flipping stuff all the time. I've honestly I'm running out of stuff to sell at this point. But that didn't really answer your question though. But that's why I say, like, I don't know if I could answer that question. His question was, how much have I spent since day one? I don't know, because to me, I'm just constantly recycling it. Whatever, however much money it was, I'm constantly recycling this. I will tell you how much I spent in lighting gear though, because I had to do the insurance write up for when my garage got broken into. My garage got broken into like 2 years ago, and all of my lights were stolen. It was like 12 to 13 grand in lights. No grip gear because they're a bunch of pussies. So they didn't. Sorry. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Oh, so sorry. They didn't take the grip gear because they're weak. All right. But they took the lights because they were perfectly packaged in their little carrying cases. So they took all the lights, and it was like, yeah, 12 to 13 grand. And then my insurance, which was PPA, I got 2 checks, which equaled close to 11 G's. So that was nice. Great tip on generic charger. I had no idea. I've done so many deep dives on power draws, cables, and I had no idea. I paid about 12.50 plus shipping and import. Yeah, yeah, that's about right. Because here in LA they're going for like a grand. The A7R3. They were a bunch of, yeah, they were. Facebook Marketplace is still the place to get great deals here, especially things that's too much of a hassle to ship. 100%. You can ask my wife. Like, most people scroll TikTok or Instagram. I don't do that. I scroll Facebook Marketplace. I'm obsessed with Facebook Marketplace because when I was a kid, I used to go to the flea market every weekend. So to me, Facebook Marketplace is a virtual flea market. I'm obsessed with it. So that's what I mean. I'm a little bit different. Like, most people scroll like actual apps and be entertained. I don't care about that. Like, I just want to scroll and see what people are selling. People sell crazy stuff, especially here in LA. Did you keep or still use any of your Minolta lenses? I have them. We used the 24 to 50 on the Poison the Well music video. Guys, go watch the Poison the Well music video. I put it in the community tab. We shot that on an FX9 and 2 FX6s. Shout out to our director, Eric Richter. He's the man. He's subbed on the channel here. And he's a mastermind, dude. He's the man. I love working with him. He's been working a very long time. And we used the Minolta 24 to 50 on that. I think I even got the Minolta 24 in on that. I still have my favorite Minoltas. I still have my favorite ones, but most of them, I flipped those. I had to get rid of them during the strikes. I was hurting bad during the strikes. So I sold like, I think like 12 or yeah, I think I sold like 12 lenses. I sold them as a kit. And the lady was freaking out on me. Like, I guess the 28 F2 had like a little bit of something inside of it, and I didn't see it. And I sent her like, I did the torch test, like all these videos. I sent them to her, and she was freaking out about the thing. And I'm like, well, just what do you want to do? Like, and I told her, like, I was like, I got a guy that'll buy it from you right now for $500. And she didn't want to do that. I think she wanted me to give her money back, but I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and calculate what one lens costs out of like 12. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, I got a guy right now that will buy it from you 500 cash. And then wouldn't that have been the same? That would have probably been more money than me like figuring out, what each lens costs, but like, I don't know. It was weird. And then she was like, I'm going to let everyone know, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, what the hell, dude? But yeah, I sold a lot of the Minoltas, but I still have my favorites. Vintons come with Flowtech sticks. Their parent company. That's right. And owns Sockler, Vinton, O'Connor, Manfrotto, Teradek. No, 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 no. I don't know if that's still true. Teradek, Small HD, and Wooden Camera are under a different umbrella now. They're under Creative Solutions. I don't think that's the same umbrella. So sorry, Vintons is a tripod. Yes, they're like a manufacturer. I was scrolling eBay all day at work today. eBay is a fun one too, but eBay sketches me out. eBay is not as fun as Facebook Marketplace. I'm a bit too paranoid for Facebook Marketplace. Meeting peeps as parking lots might not be that. I said this last week. I meet in banks. Banks are the best place to meet at. They have security. They verify the cash right there. No one's going to get crazy in a bank. That's federal. That's federal. Let's see. Facebook Marketplace in LA is madness. It totally is. It totally is, especially in LA. Very popular in UK. Vinton. Yeah. I've been starting to build my Minolta collection. Got a few Minolta film cameras, so they'll be dual purpose. I had one. I had a Minolta, and I thought about like getting it fixed, and I'm like, they're so cheap, I might as well just buy another one. Do you have a specific Vinton to look at? Yeah, Prison Junkie, let us know. Banks, awesome tip, 100%. Hold on, sorry guys. I can't have what happened last week and cough my brains out. Damn, we're going over an hour. All right, we might wrap up soon so I can get through this roll. I'm living in Greece right now, so that's pretty much nothing on Marketplace. Moving back to the States in August, though, and I'll be back on Marketplace. That's where it's at, dude. I do a lot of deals. I sell non-camera stuff too. I'm always like selling. You know what's funny too? When I was at the rally yesterday or the protest, a dude came up to me and he goes, "Hey, your name's Justin, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I saw you selling your stuff." Because I had the M10 on there. I don't know why. It's like I've gotten so many crazy deals. I didn't want money for it per se. I just really want to see what I could get out of a trade for my Leica M10, because these cameras still sell for like 5 Gs. So, I was just kind of like toying with the idea. And, but he was like, yeah. And then he goes, and then he knew where I lived because of Facebook Marketplace. So that was like not my exact location, but he knew like the town I live in. And I was like caught off guard. I'm like, what the hell? Because he said he lived there too. And I'm like, what the hell? How do you prep for making a video? Oh, damn. We're going to get into some YouTube stock right now. I thought I was going to scan some stuff. All right. Because I can't do 2 things at once. So, what do you mean? Like, how do I prep for a video? You mean get the ideas and stuff? Or do you mean like, I don't know, like all of my videos are so different, and this is probably to my own detriment, right? Like, it's not ideal to have a YouTube channel like mine because I don't chase trends. I don't, not always. For a minute there, I was putting out a lot of YouTube shorts. Maybe you guys saw those, like both Instagram Reels and YouTube shorts that were very like, I was staying on top of Petapixel and all the camera news. And I was like, yeah. But it was just for like shorts and reels and stuff. And I was really getting into that for a while. But then I got like bored with that. I got burnt out on that. And plus too, like it's no longer like hot season for that anymore for like new stuff. So I might go back to that. But that was one thing that I was doing. But I was really just like trolling the companies, really, like because I'm not into like brands. I'm not into like glorifying the brands because I don't believe that they care about us. Right? So that's why I troll companies so much. And the funny thing is too, people still comment on my big Sigma FP video. And someone commented that I was trying to get sponsored by Sigma, and that's why I did that video. And I'm like, what? You can't do anything good for the community. And it's like, oh yeah, you're right. If I was trying to get sponsored by Sigma, I would have done the FPL video completely different because they loaned me the FPL. Like after my first FP video blew up, then they sent me a bunch of stuff, not to keep, but just to like test out. If I was trying to get sponsored by them, I would have like done a very like, very political, safe video. But I wasn't. Like I was me, I was real with all the stuff. And I don't think they liked it because I never heard from them ever again, but like, it's like, I don't never make things to try to get sponsored. I don't seek out companies. I've never emailed companies and asked them for things. I've never, sought out companies. I let them talk to me first because that happens. I'm a very small channel, but a lot of companies reach out to me, and I could be doing so many gear related videos, but there's so many reasons why I don't sign contracts, which is a huge thing. I refuse to sign contracts unless the only thing I sign contracts for is like for Skillshare is now an official sponsor of the channel, which is cool, but that's not gear related, guys. That is something where it's just an ad in the middle of the video and it's done, one and done. That's actually what I prefer because I don't want to be making videos about gear if I can't say what I want to say about it. And there's a lot of companies that won't allow you to do that. So what will happen is they'll send me an email and they'll be like, hey man, you want to check this out? I'm like, great. Yeah. Here's my PO box. And then they'll send a contract. And that's when I'm like, nope, sorry, I don't do that. You know what I mean? So the stuff that you've seen on my channel is either things that I bought with my own money, like the FP, or if the company just loaned me stuff like Sigma did with the FPL, or if they're fine with me not signing their contracts, right? If they're cool with me not signing their contract, then they'll just send it. So I don't play the game. You know what I mean? Like I refuse to play the game. And I think that's why I did that video that I did that everyone lost their mind about, is because there are so many YouTubers that are playing the game. They're playing the game. That's fine if they want to play the game, but it's not fine to me that they're not being 100 about it with their audience, the game that they're playing. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people playing the game that are pretending like they're open about playing the game, but they're really not. Because if they were open about the game, then they wouldn't get so disgruntled about a goofy little video I make where I'm just really having a self-reflection of myself. That video is more of a self-reflection of me than on anyone else. You know what I mean? And also, if they weren't playing the game, then why would this thing called Crater exist? You know what I'm saying? So, I have a lot of beef with this whole thing. So the way I approach videos is just I get inspired by something that I want to talk about or I want to do. Or a company like Nisi, they were just like, yo, we got these new Athena 2 lenses. Do you want to try these out? And I was like, yeah, I would love to try them out on something that I'm actually going to be shooting. So then they met me there where I was shooting and we shot the video. And that's out. Not a lot of people saw it, but I did a whole video on the Athena 2 lenses, compared them to the normal Nisi lenses. But it's not like a test or nothing. Like Nisi met me on a job I was at, and I just shot with both the lenses, and I shot my piece, and like it was a little spec thing that I was shooting, and then I like interviewed the dude real quick, and then it was over. So I can't really tell you how I decide to do videos. I get ideas for stuff and then I just do them. And why so many of my videos have the sketches in them, because I get the idea for the sketch first. Because when I did my FX6 review video, that's just like one long sketch, but that's the way I wanted to do it, because a part of me knew, like, dude, the camera's so old. It's been out for 4 years. Like, I'm not going to say anything new about the camera. So that's where I got inspired to like make the sketch about it, because I'm like, this will be so much more entertaining. This is funny. And I'm still able to say the things about it that we all know and love, and why you might want to consider buying it. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not making videos trying to get people to buy shit. That's never been my thing. I don't care about that. I make videos to share my opinions about the shit. You know what I mean? My honest, raw opinion about it. Because when I'm on YouTube, that's what I desire. That's what I want. That's why when I said last week, when I research gear nowadays, I just go straight to Reddit. Otherwise, if it's a YouTube review, I make sure they're a very small channel, because I know the smaller channels are going to give me the skinny, right? They're going to keep it real with me. You know what I mean? Yeah, script. I don't really fuck with scripts. Unless it's a sketch. If it's a sketch, then I'll have a script written out. But I'm an improv actor. I did like 2.5 years at Groundlings, so I have like an outline of my sketch, but I just riff, man. But some of them, the one where I'm playing myself. If you saw that Nisi versus Leica R video where I'm playing myself, yeah, I definitely had to write a script for that because I had to act against myself. Cam Mackey video short, all time best. Yo, speaking of Minolta lenses, I bought a full set of MC3s for about $1,300. You got a really good deal then. You got a killer good deal, because I sold mine for way more than that. I 100% blame you, Justin. LOL. Oh, for buying Minoltas? There's nothing wrong with Minoltas. You could be happy about that, dude. How do you feel about Sony and their failed updates and refusing to take responsibility for Peep's bricked cams? Yeah, I saw some people talking about that. I mean, look, I mean, it's a problem. Yeah, I can't really speak on that. I don't have any experience with that. I have seen people talk about that. To my knowledge, they are fixing people's cameras. To my knowledge, I didn't know they were charging them for it. It's not cool, like if it's unless it's like super old. But the Sony's not the only company to do that. Leica does that. There's a lot of companies that do that stuff. Mattbox Rex, how's the BT Atom versus Misfit Kick Mark II in use? Is the Atom a stopgap Mattbox or legit? Nah, dude, the Misfits are legit. They're the most legit you can get. They're too legit to quit. Y'all press the like button? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Cognition. Please do, guys. Vision 3 for $200 in LA now, but there are 10 separate springs. Red Sun and Nikon was tragic for USA. Was it though? Look, maybe. It was tragic. Look, this is why I harped on Red so bad. Because I'm a dude that says F the man, right? I don't know if you guys know that by now, but I am the dude that says F the man. So when I see little companies like Red, you're like, dude, this is homebred. This is like, this is now, again, it was made by the guy that owned Oakley, so it wasn't like mom and pop, right? But you know, he had the money to come correct. You know, But what I'm saying is they were a small company, and they rose. They built their legacy. Like, they started from the bottom. You know what I mean? And they worked their way to the top. You know, in the beginning they were getting laughed out. People were putting ice packs on their cameras, and then they grew. And then what they do? They sold out. That that to me was the hardest thing, that where I was like, why would you do that? You know, like, but here's the thing too, right? They had the big lawsuit going on. So yeah, maybe they were forced to do that. Maybe they were forced to do that, and they had to sell out. And I get that too. That sucks. But like, you guys, I think you guys know by now, like, selling out is not a thing that I am a fan of. And I will hold anybody accountable to it, including myself. I didn't even know they had Nisi 2s. Yeah, they're called the Nisi Athenas. Go watch the video, guys. Go watch the video. You'll see it. On the thumbnail is a dude looking out the window. He's a Chicano dude. He's looking out the window, and he's got glasses on. And yeah, check it out. It's just a fun little video. The way Nisi Reps explained it, he said, "I like your video, Justin. It's like he's like, it would be like if we wanted to take our lenses out for a cup of coffee." Which is cool, because you guys know I'm not high-end Hollywood. You know, I'm not even a fan of high polished shit. So it's just what it is, you know. No shilling here. 100% no shilling here, dude. Nisi tuned, not to, LOL. Yes. Yeah, sorry. Nisi tuned. Sorry. LOL, it's not cool. Yeah, corporations behave very much the same. People bricking their cameras don't know how to follow instructions. That could be true too. I mean, that could be a very viable thing, you know. Only small batch, and while cool, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, in my honest opinion. Anytime a USA bespoke company dips, it's bad. It's just a bummer. Yeah. Sorry, but I kind of hate Red for that lawsuit. Did they start it though? Yeah, I guess they had to, right? They had to start the lawsuit. So it's their own demise. They got greedy, and then it backfired on them, right? So it's like, oh damn, now we gotta sell out, dude. But also, like, I think I realized when I was putting those videos out, my Sony Nikon videos, I realized, like, oh, there are a lot of Nikon fans. I'm not really a Nikon fan, but I get it. I mean, they're one of the OGs, right? So it makes sense, but I guess I wasn't prepared for that either. Here's the thing, I have no foresight, right? like I just do things. I don't sit back and go, would this be a good idea? Like, no, I never do that. It's like everything's to my own detriment. I'm like, this will be hilarious. And then I do it. And I'm like, oh, fuck, everybody hates this. Yeah, it's never good, man. Oh, what it is. All right, things are dwindling down. I'm going to try to finish this roll, and then we'll probably cut it. So if you guys drop some stuff, I'll probably see it in my eye, and we can keep it going. But I got to try to get at least this one roll done. God forbid. Ah, now the whole thing moved again. But yeah, it definitely was not cool. You know what sucks too? When I had to rebalance it. Let me see if it's still in focus. Nope. It's all out of focus now too. Damn it. See how bad this lens travels though? It's wicked bad. You can see how bad it travels. And, you know, you see how you got to stand right over it because you don't have like a little flippy screen. So yeah, I definitely would recommend getting like a Sony to do this. 100%. Yeah, I had to re-level this, and now it's all whack, dude. Nothing's in focus now. I'm going to have to adjust it like this. You guys should let me know when's a good time to do the live streams. If you're still on, let me know, because that's the hardest thing for me too. Like, I'm just going off of the YouTube analytics, which isn't the greatest, because it's like, so this is the reason why this sucks. So I have to zoom out, like, it's zooming. I'm just focusing, and the lens is literally zooming. So that's why it's horrible. And every time you do that, then you got to adjust the height of your stand here. It is so ghetto. This setup is so ghetto. But yeah, let me know a good time, guys, to do streams. And because I definitely want to do them once a week. Like, the reason why I like doing the streams is because I feel like it's a good way for you guys to see me for real. You know what I mean? Like, because my videos are obviously highly edited, right? And also because because I have an acting background, I'm always kind of putting on a little bit of a show, like a little bit of a persona, right? I mean, it's just it's wired in my brain. I mean, I've been acting since I was a kid, so I have no choice to. But like in settings like this, which is literally, I don't do live streams on the Patreon, but on the Patreon I do just like unedited videos, but it is more like this. And I just thought like the YouTube community, like the YouTube world, should see me like in real form, you know. And then I feel like people hopefully wouldn't hate on me as bad, right? Because then they can see the type of person I am without, you know, making like a polished video product, you know. So that was my main motivation to do it. Because believe it or not, guys, I get a lot of hate comments. Yeah, you saw the zoom. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. All right, Chris. Thank you, dude. Should put a field monitor on it so you don't understand of the camera. Well, there's no HDMI. That's what I mean. Like this is a photo only camera. So there's like so many limitations to it of why this is not the camera to use for scanning. 100%. It's just making my life worse. But I've done it. Like if you go on to the Local Calls Photo Instagram at Local Calls Photo, you'll see the scans over there. They turn out nice, but I use Negative Lab Pro. They turn out really nice, but it's so tedious. Is there something special about the type of lens you use for scanning? Well, it's the macro. You got to have a macro, and it's just happens to be the macro that I use for product cinematography. Like most of the stuff that you see on my channel that's like of like product shots, I shot with the macro. I don't even really use the life size adapter, the 1-to-1 adapter. I'm only using it for this, so I can try to get as close. You want to try to get as close to the emulsion as possible. Late night live. Yeah. The whole thing is elaborate. It's so ghetto. It's ghetto elaborate. Agreed. Okay. Okay. Later in the day and night. But like, are you guys on the West Coast or are you on the East Coast? Let me know if you're on the East Coast or the West Coast when you're talking about late night. Ghetto elaborate. That was a good one, right? Midwest, East. Okay. So like this is still too early. This is still too early then. Interesting. Okay. Because it's only 5:30 here. So I was thinking like, yeah, like so maybe something good in the middle ground. Late night. Camera guys are on late. See, YouTube analytics doesn't YouTube. That's what I mean. I don't know what to trust, man. The YouTube shit is San Diego. So UK, damn UK. Shout out to Josh Smith. Yeah, dude. Never been to the UK. I would love to go there though. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I can go to the UK. I think I can get into the UK. I have a valid passport. Oh yeah, we're back. I got to put my little thing back on now. The focus is tight. Everything's tight. I got to put this on so I don't shake the camera. My shutter release here. See how bad everything shakes? Ghetto elaborate. That's hilarious, dude. All right. Let me give it one last little thing. Sorry for that noise, guys. I like to give it double brush off here. Here we go. Like I'm in a museum. Bada boom, bada bing. This is the longest it's ever taken me. Maybe you could run a poll in your community tab. Damn. That's a good idea. Shout out to Mike, man. Yeah, I should do that. You can enter as an American very easy. Yeah, dude. I'm going to do that. Well, I was just saying because some of us have a record. So like Canada, I don't think I can get into Canada without written permission. Yeah, a poll would be good so you can appeal to the majority. Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. I'm going to do that. Thank you, guys. That's a good idea. That is a very good idea. So, and the other thing is like you can get a duster for this, so it like dusts it as you pull it in, it will dust it for you. But of course, that's extra cost. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm not gonna do that. But see what the lab did to me, man. they put the film back in the canister, and it just curls all to hell, man. I hate when they do that. I think this particular lab, you have to pay extra if you want them to cut it for you. Again, this is why I'm going full black and white, man. And I've already been doing it. Again, local calls photo. Check out the Instagram, guys. If you're in the street, I don't want to push you guys. I know a lot of guys here aren't in the street, but solid, baby, solid. Good evening, Justin. Scott Balcom. Oh, damn. We got an OG in the house. Scott's in the house, dude. What's up, Scott? Wow. He didn't abandon me. I thought I lost some of you guys. Scott. I know there's a lot of people in the community mad at me, so shout out to Scott. If you guys don't know Scott Balk, I'm sure you guys know Scott, man. Go check out Scott's channel, dude. He's an OG, man. Have you tried any experimental films like Lomo? I have. It's on the local calls photo Instagram. I did the which ones have I done? I did the sun kissed. Oh, I did a whole video. This is another reason why I had to stop doing photography on this channel. I did a whole, they actually sent me their sun kissed film, and I went and did like a little portrait shoot with it. Like YouTube didn't even try pushing it. It just tanked. Every time I do like a photography thing on this channel, it tanked. So it's another reason why I had to redo it. But yeah, if you want to see, like, I tested out their sun kissed film because they sent it to me. And of course, I'm never going to hear from them again because it bombed on the thing. So I'm like, well, that's a bummer. but then my lab here has Metropolis. I tried Metropolis. I don't really care for that. Wait. Yeah. Thank you, Scott. So Dogtown, did you get your start around skateboarders? Yes. I used to be sponsored. That's my whole thing. That's right. Well, okay. So Dog Times actually is the title of a Charles Bukowski poem. So that's why when Cam Mackey was making fun of my LLC and saying this ain't no dog shits productions, I was like, dude, Dog Times literally means that. Like I sell t-shirts that say I just stepped in a big old pile of, and on the back it says Dog Times. Like that's literally a thing that I've been doing. And so he's not so unique to say that. It's like he doesn't know anything about me. He doesn't know my vibe. He doesn't know like my style or nothing. So for him to think like that would hurt my feelings, I was just like, oh my God, dude, really, dude? But that's where the name comes from. It's a Charles Bukowski poem. And if you know anything about Bukowski, he was known as a dirty old drunk man, but his poetry was like next level, and I loved it. He used to live in Hollywood. I'm a huge Bukowski fan, but I used to make when I lived in Detroit. Okay, now we're going way back. When I lived in Detroit, I used to live in downtown Detroit, right near the river, man. I was downtown, Cass Corridor, it's called, right? It's like the arts district. I had a loft there, and this was way before this is in my acting days, right? And I was still into skateboarding, and I would airbrush t-shirts, and I would write Dog Times on them. And I was obsessed, like, because I've always been a fan of Bukowski. So like I had Dog Times, we had Dog Times stickers, Dog Times airbrush tees. It was just like my thing. And then so fast forward to 2016, I directed and produced my first little short film. And we needed, for the festival run and for IMDb, we needed a production name to put on it. And my wife, my now wife, she was my girlfriend then, but my now wife, she was like, well, it's got to be Dog Times. And I was like, Dog Times Productions. And that's a long story on that. But yes, Dogtown, well aware. Actually, there was a moment in my life where I was trying, and I came very close to being sponsored by Dogtown. Actually, funny story, but this is when I was super young, like 17 years old. Yeah, I know. Long story. Sorry, guys. Yeah, dude. I ran Metropolis in my Ilford 35. Dang, he's got an Ilford. I felt it only fits in a disposable look like what you get from that camera. Yeah. Well, that makes sense, right? Because Lomo makes all those disposable cameras, all those plastic cameras. So it makes sense that their film kind of has that look. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the lomography stuff. Right now, I'm going down and I'm comparing not every single, but I'm comparing a lot of black and white films, a lot, because I'm developing it myself. And I think I will put that video on this channel because I think that will be a little bit interesting, because I just think it will. So look out for that. I really dug the movie Factotum based on Bukowski's novel. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. The only Bukowski movie I saw was the Mickey Rourke one, where they made a movie out of Barfly, but Bukowski hated it. But I'm a big Mickey Rourke fan, so yeah, you should do an autobiographical doc on that, like Scott said. I love developing black and white. You try with coffee yet? No, I have not. I saw that they do it with beer, but I don't have beer. But no, I'm using the CineStill mono bath. I know there's a lot of like controversy around that. Um, that's what I've been using. But I just ordered Bege, the Bege burger. They make a mono bath that's supposed to be better than CineStills. The reason why I like the mono bath is because we're about to go back out on the road. So for those of you that don't know, I'll keep repeating myself. We did 11,000 miles last summer. I documented 14 cities. So this is all on the other channel at Local Calls Photo. And so when we're on the road, I'm going to be developing my own stuff. So I need it to be like one liquid, to be as small as possible. But no, coffee would be interesting. Totally do that on the road. Does it mess with the grain? Oh, like is like the reticulation and all that? Like how's that working out? Speaking of lomography, those Petsfall lenses with adaptive. I did a video on the Petsfalls long ago, guys. Another one that got slept on. The Petsfalls are insane. Yes, sir. A lot of Lomo is super grungy. I dig it with that camera, but would never put any of it in my F5. I love CineStill. Me too. CineStill is definitely one of my favorites, but there's a lot of controversy around them. You probably know why. And then so yeah, that's why I'm kind of going down. So I'm really a big fan of Bruce Gilden, and I saw an interview with him, and he said that for film he does black and white, for color he does digital. So I'm like, oh damn, like, and I think I understand that philosophy. So I'm kind of following that trend right now, and I'm trying to get away from color film. But CineStill is always my favorite. When we were on the road, that's all I had with me. I had a huge bag full of CineStill 800T and 400D. That's all I had. And they have their double X, which is Kodak double X, right? That's all the CineStill is. So I have that, but I haven't shot it yet. It's in my test. So I'm testing all the black and whites. How long does the other one last? CineStill gets a little long with the dev time after 10 bats. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because you have to add 15 seconds, right? So yeah, it adds up fast. But also the weird thing about, here's my theory about the Cine, because you have nerdy photography thing real quick, guys. So the CineStill monobath, though, it's weird because it's more reliant on the temperature than it is the time. And it literally even, it says that in the documentation. So it's like, that's what's nice about the Baguette one. The Baguette one, it's more reliant on the time, but you do have to wash it longer. It's like a 10-minute wash, but it's with all, like, supposedly it's with all films. So I don't know. Yeah, that was a weird. Coffee is very cool. A few videos. Yeah, I'll have to check it out, Scott. I haven't seen that yet. I think I came back not knowing what the coffee context was. Now I think I don't know what you guys were really talking about. Developing black and white film with coffee. Yeah, people, they've been doing, I've seen some videos where they develop it with beer. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff. I like your take on Red selling itself to Nikon. Any updates? I don't know. Scott's probably got the skinny on that. Come on, Scott. We know you in there with Jared, bro. Let us know the skinny on what's going on with Nikon and Red, dude. Color film is so easy now since we have real digital controlled heaters. Took all the stress out of it. I know I don't have one now. I'm still heating by hot water in the tub. Common Scott, the skinny. Yeah, dude. Let us know the skinny Scott. What is it, bro? He's probably not out. He wouldn't tell us even if he did. He's not going to tell us even if he did. But I still like those guys. I still like all those guys, man. I got to know. I mean, look, if I was Jared gets my sense of humor, or at least he used to. But I haven't checked. I haven't seen if he unfollowed me or not. Ever since all my stuff, I've been too afraid to see if Jared unfollowed me. But he used to like my sense of humor. I think he would get a kick out of it, but maybe he's not. I don't know. He's the type of dude that doesn't care, Like, what does he care? Nikon is going places. Red is in good hands, and that's all I can say. That's the proper response. Yeah, dude. Yeah, of course they are. Dude, of course they are. They just bought red, dude. Yeah, man. That was a boss move though, wasn't it? They got bossed up for that, boy. They got bossed up. Scott, you probably just now seen my crazy scan setup, dude. You missed that. This is the most, what was I calling it, guys? Ghetto elaborate. I got the Gary Coleman with the M10 and the Leica R macro. The only good thing about my setup is the light board, which is the Cine Still, and the Veloy film holder. That's the only good thing about this ghetto setup. I usually don't do it like this in the garage either. I usually inside, all nice and cozy. If you guys follow Matt Day, are there any more photography lovers in here? You guys follow Matt Day? He just got his like garage setup, his new garage setup. I'm like, oh yeah, I can be like the ghetto Matt Day now, boy. With my Ultra Bounce and Duvatine. All right, let's see. Hi Justin, what's up? Bad Karma in the house. Oddly, they seem like good stewards despite my distrust of big corporations. Yeah, no, I agree, man. I tried taking photos of negs. I never liked it. I bought a good scanner. It makes me happy. Yeah, it's very tedious. Here's what I'll say. Oh yeah. So with a normal scanner, you can still use Negative Lab Pro, right? Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Maybe one day I'll graduate to that. I don't know. What cities are y'all trying to hit up this year? Prentice, what up, Prentice in the house? Yeah, so when we go back out this year, which hopefully is soon, I sold the RV. Sorry, there's a little bit of whistling going on there. Sorry, guys. I sold my RV and got a conversion van. So now I can get into places a lot easier, because when we went to Chicago, I had to leave the RV like outside of the city, and then we had to Uber into the city. It just wasn't ideal. The RV was awesome because we were able to, and this is all going to be on local calls, by the way, if you guys want to see, because our RV broke down so many times. It was gnarly, guys. It was a gnarly trip, but I still was able to document a lot of ground. But anyways, the conversion van, so now we can go into the city, right? Like more like super badass. But I think the first destination, what I'm trying to do right now is, well, I'm trying to get access to shoot inside of this prison in Louisiana that does a rodeo. They do an annual rodeo. It's like modern day Gladiator, where the prisoners are brought in and they do this rodeo. They're like clown rodeo, and it's like crazy. And the public can come in and watch it. And I'm trying to get access to go in there and document. And it's not going well for me. Do you guys know about this? It's in Louisiana. That's kind of what I figured when I heard about it. A mutually beneficial thing. Wouldn't be surprised to see some red technology in the Z series going forward. Oh, 100%. Yeah, you already know that. They're going to be shaking hands with the raw codec, all of that. Do you develop your own film? Only black and white. Only black and white. Scott loves ghetto setups for about 1 hour. Then I'm looking for anything better. Conversion vans make all the difference. 100%. Yeah. All right, Anthony. Anthony's in Orange County. Yeah, dude. If y'all come through Texas, let me know. Yeah, we will be. We went through Texas last time too, and it was crazy, dude. We got caught in the tornado. So there's gonna be a whole little video about that. It's being edited right now. My wife edits that channel. No, didn't know anything about this crazy rodeo. Yeah, dude. I'm trying to get in there. If you're going to Louisiana, you got to stop by Fort Worth. So many good spots there. Still very cowboy town. Okay. Is it like touristy, or is it like or is it like lots of characters around? You know, like because I'm thinking of like, you know, because some people send me to places and it's just like pictures. It's just like Etsy. You know, it's like oh, like I'm more interested in like really crowded places. I loved shooting film in the 80s and 90s, black and white preferred versus digital, and posters in Lightroom. Later, I did movie Super 35. Hell yeah. Shout out to Alex Humphrey right there. Do you still have Dogtime production shirts for sale still? Okay, so regarding merch, guys, there's a new company that we're working with. My wife made some killer designs, by the way. She has integrated some of my street photos onto the shirts. It's so badass. I can't wait for it. So yes, to answer your question, there's going to be a new merch store, and I'm so excited about it. And we're getting the tests, like what do they call it? Samples. They're sending us the samples. I'm super stoked about it. So stay tuned for that. I will be mentioning it in a video at some point. Yeah, it's Scott. All right, brother. Thank you, dude. Thank you, Scott. Downtown San Antonio has a ton of character. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I'm going to hit it up. I have a cousin that lives in some part of Texas. I'll have to check on that. It's kind of touristy, but the architecture and roads give it a vintage feel. Lots of small towns are legit though. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've been in the suburbs here and it's been really hard for me, but I've been taking a lot of pictures of old cars. It's not ideal, right? But it's like, well, I gotta like keep the muscle. That's why yesterday I went to the protest. The protest was insane, and those photos are nuts. So yeah, I'm excited to put those out on the local calls. Anyways, yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anthony says he'll buy the dog time shirts. Yeah, dude. We got shirts. The newest thing I have in my current store is the five panel hats. I don't have it on. This is a loser machine hat, but I have the 5-panel hats that I have made that are in the spring store right now. They're awesome. They're embroidered. They say dog times. I got the camera iris on the back. They're a 5-panel hat. So they're like skate style, little buckle enclosure. Those are what I would recommend the most in the current store. So you may even see it on this video. Maybe, I don't know where they used to put the merch under the thing, but dog times hats. If you're a hat dude. Anything else in that store, I probably wouldn't really recommend, only because we're going to have the new merch and it is killer good, dude. The designs are so badass. And I'm stoked about it because, coming up from skateboarding world, like I'm big into like, apparel, like skate apparel. I don't know if you guys notice, I'm always wearing like some sort of skate apparel. I still represent. I have a titanium leg now. I don't know if you guys know that. A lot of people don't know that about me. My right leg is titanium. From the knee. So from the knee to the ankle, the bone was replaced with titanium. Yeah, so that's a wild thing that happened to me in 2006. So that pretty much killed my trajectory of a skateboarder, because I had some sponsors when I was in high school, and I used to go to competitions and stuff. I wasn't like super awesome, but like I was a pretty gnarly little kid. Like I would find like the biggest thing I could. I would front side flip off of it. So front side flips were like my biggest thing. Nose slides, front side nose slides, like, front side nose slide, shove it out. Like, this is old stuff, right? So this is like early 2000s. Like now skateboarding is insane. I still follow skateboarding 100%, love everything about skateboarding. Like once you're a skater, like you're a skater for life, like 100%, like you're never going to get rid of it. So that's why I'm excited about this merch. Cause it like reminds me of like, when you're a young skater kid, like you think like, oh man, if only I had my own brand and stuff. At least I did. Gotta get the dust off. You got a little bit of dust here. You gotta get the dust off. I don't know what this roll is. So this is a roll of Cine Still Andrew T, but I shot it during the day with a conversion filter on it, the 85B conversion filter. But then the other half is at night with super slow shutter photography at night. I just want to check the focus. I get super nervous. All right, let's see what this says here. Titanium leg. Yes, it is intense. It sucks. The only good thing about having titanium leg is look, this happened in 2006, by the way. So my leg's been like that since 06. The older I get super nervous about it because I know it's just going to get worse over time. But the only good thing about it is that I always know when the rain is coming. Now, when I used to live in Florida, that was not a good thing because summertime in Florida, even wintertime in Florida, I don't know, but definitely summertime, it rains every day. And my leg would just be in constant pain. That's one of the good things about living in LA with a titanium leg. It doesn't rain very often here. So my leg doesn't really give me a problem that often. When will someone make new Sony RX1 R2? Yeah, that's what I want to know too. That's what I want to know too, Martin PL. I will wait for the new merch. Yeah, 100%. Did you ever do any of the retro skate BMX videos with the super wide fisheye? Hell yeah, dude. That's why okay, so there are 2 videos on this channel where I did well, I have some skate stuff on here of me filming other skaters. There's quite a bit though. My review of the Sony 28-135, that's probably my best skate footage that I've shot. But with Fisheye, I did one with the Minolta 16 mil, not my best work. But then I had some really fun stuff of the Voltlander 15 mil. The Voltlander 15 mil, it's all photography, black and white photography, but it's on this channel. And it was shout out to Scott Myers. I know he's subbed on the channel, but I shot a bunch of, I think, really cool photos of him with the Leica M8 and the 15 mil. However, on the M8, it's only a 21 mil because it's a crop sensor. But that's a fun video if you want to check that out. But yeah, that's why I'm a huge fan of wide lenses, 100%. I am 51. Oh, damn, bro. Yeah, dude, I'm getting up there too, man. I love skateboarding in the 80s and 90s, 100%. 800T in the daytime has a pretty cool white balance, but nice highlights. Yeah, I've never, I'll take the conversion filter off as soon as it hits golden hour because I kind of like the weird skin tones at like golden hour without the conversion filter. But when it's like just noonday sun, I don't know, dude. I just put the filter on it. I have a 1986 Powell Peralta. Hell yeah. Do you go through the scanner at airports or do you get on the conveyor belt? Every time it's different. It is a conundrum. Like they always have to walk me to the side, and because I can go through the thing, right? And I'm like, and I tell them I'm like, yo, this is gonna be a problem, and then they take me over, and it's a big to do because the it's still inside. Like it doesn't like I still have my foot. I still have my foot. It's just like the bone. There was just enough of those bones because there's 2 bones in there. There was enough of them. There's basically like this is coming out of the ankle, this is coming out of the knee, and then there's a huge gap, right? There was a huge gap. So at the time, and maybe I was like an experiment, I don't know, but they were like, we can just put a rod in there. And that's what they did. So they combined the missing piece. So this whole portion is the rod. Now, the way it was explained to me is that our bones are like trees and the bone grew over the rail, which is terrifying to me. And now my case was so severe that they were like, don't take the rail out. Cause usually you can take the rail out, but my case was way too crazy. And they were like, if you take the rail out, I would basically be like Mr. Glass, from like Unbreakable. I'd be like Mr. Glass, like the real Mr. Glass, like my leg would be like, it would be done. It would be donezo. So I was like, leave it in. But the downside is like my bone has completely grown over that thing now. And there's still gaps in it, obviously, because when it grows back, it's like a sponge, so it's still not like a solid bone. It's crazy, man. So at the airport, they'll be like, "You ain't got metal in the thing," and then they'll take me over the side and they put all this blue stuff on me. It's a big to do every time because they don't believe you. No, yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, dude, I'm a jokester. Dude, I did groundlings, I did improv. I used to host comedy shows in Vegas. I hosted I know I'm bragging on myself a little bit here, but he said I could take a joke, but 100% I could take a joke. I hosted Fergie's 40th birthday party, actually. We did an improv show at Fergie's 40th birthday. It was crazy, dude. This was years ago. This was probably like 10 years ago. All right. Wow, yo, Gion Green in the house. Dude, what is up, man? Yeah, dude, just hanging out, scanning film, telling stories. We've been going for 2 hours almost. I have to get through this roll and then we'll cut it. But like, I'm just jaw jacking. It takes me forever to get through this. But that's the whole point of it, right? Like I don't want to just sit here and not say anything. But this is a very it's really hard for me. You guys probably notice I'm like a hummingbird. It's so hard for me to do multiple things at once. So that's why this is taking me forever. But this is like extra tedious. And I'm so like anal about everything at the same time. It's like, dude. Yeah. Has it literally been 2 hours? Yeah, almost. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's going good, man. Just so Mr. Green is in the house. Jean Green, they have working on a new project, I believe. And so to be continued on that. Stay tuned for that. There's always people doing things. That's one of the things I love about LA. There's always people doing stuff out here. And that's probably why I'll never relocate, because it's like, you know, even when work slows down and things get kind of slower, it's like I still want to remain here because I still feel like this is the Super Bowl. Like at the end of the day, no matter what happens, this will always be the Super Bowl of the filmmaking community. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. Did I dust this? See, I'm like super anal. Like I'm like, did I blow the dust? Did I blow the dust, bro? I can't remember. I hope I don't have missed. And see, I get nervous because I'm like, am I going to miss a frame? I don't want to miss any frames on this. I'll have to double check it. But I got to at least get through the roll, because otherwise I'll feel like this was worthless. Pointless. Not pointless for you guys, not to discount our conversation, because I know that's the main reason for doing this. But like I said, like I feel like I need to be somewhat, I just didn't want to sit here and be like, so guys, what's going on? I guess I could do that, but I don't know. Like I feel like it's more interesting if I'm like doing something, even though I get sidetracked. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, I am. And Justin stays doing amazing things. Thank you. Thank you. I try to be unique, but I'm just not I don't have the reach for everybody, right? Like my kind of humor isn't for everybody. My kind of style isn't for everybody, unfortunately. And, but yeah, I just keep being me. That's my biggest downside, I guess. I think we're getting off a little bit here. All right, let's see. Wow, watching you do this, I think I'll never be tempted to scan myself. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, bro. 100%. 100%, bro. It's not bad though. You just, you know, for this, because I didn't want to be finagling with the camera the whole time, I set my exposure comp to plus 2/3, and I put it in aperture priority mode. And this whole time, for this whole 2 hours, I've been so nervous that I did that. So I just don't trust this camera like that. But we'll see. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just scan it again. Who cares? But if it does come out okay, then maybe I'll keep doing that. But it's the first time that I've tried to rely on the aperture priority mode of this camera for this. A real trip in the house. We're just scanning film, bro. We're in the ghetto garage. We're getting ghetto elaborate in here. We're just hanging out. I'm scanning this roll of film. We've been hanging out for an hour longer than I intended to, but that's because I'm really bad at doing multiple things at once. And yeah, man, we've hit up a lot of good. It's been a good sesh though. Either way, it has been a good session. We even had Scott Balcom in the house. That was crazy. I thought most YouTubers abandoned me after the whole. Is the audio okay? I keep like getting out of the way of it. I thought most of the YouTubers kind of didn't want to be associated with me anymore. So that was cool to see Scott in the house. He's a real dude though. He's OG. He's OG. That makes sense, I guess. That makes sense. It is dwindling down. Scott is a cool dude. He thinks for himself 100%, you know, and he's an older dude. That's what I mean. He's OG. Like a lot of OG guys are like that. Like, you know, someone else that I don't have a problem with is Sakurai, Spencer Sakurai, because he's an OG too. He may have, you know, he's a YouTuber, but before he was a YouTuber, he was, and not to say that he's not anymore, but to me, Sakurai is the real deal. Like he's a real one. So that's why I don't have any qualms with him either, because he's been around a very long time. I love ghetto. Most of the time, that's how shit gets done. 100%, bro. That's dog times. Based. What's based? Who's based? He says, the infamous video you made showed me how sensitive people are. Like, wow. Yeah, dude. That's what I said too. And you know what's crazy to me? Did I say anything negative about anyone? The only person I actually said something negative about was Jacob Owens. And Jacob Owens was the only one that didn't flip out. Honestly, I have so much more respect for Jacob Owens after that video. He was the only one. Go look at the comments. He was the only one that was like, yo, you want to do a podcast about this? Now, maybe he's like a lion in waiting, right? Like he's like, yeah, come do my podcast. And then maybe he'll like rip me to shreds. Doubtful, but you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, though, I'm like, dude, he's the only one that kept it real, right? That's a, that spoke volumes to me. You know what I mean? Because he was the only one that I literally said mean shit about. Like I was kind of trolling him a little bit. Everyone else, though, I wasn't really like they said it themselves. Like you can't be mad at me for showing the world what you said and did. Like that's crazy to me. Like you have to take responsibility at some point. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me. When Spencer speaks his heart, he's quite insightful. 100%, dude. Spencer's the real deal, dude. I love Spencer. I gave him a little bit of shit because he bought like an old Red camera. That's something that here's the thing. I get it. Like last summer, like I was thinking, like before I got the FX6 last summer, I was thinking about getting an older Red, but man, it's just like, to me, that's the equivalent of buying an old ass MacBook. I'm like, why would I do that to myself? Why would I do that to myself? The old mag cards. I'm not a big fan of the older DSMC2 sensors anyway. Some of them are crazy noisy, man. Like some of them are. And I was just like, so I gave him a little bit of shit for it. But we know he's gonna make awesome shit with that camera. Like, it's the dude behind the camera. We all know that. I might have took that one twice, huh? Yep, old tech and no support, 100%. No support. They're gonna do like what Leica does. You try to send that camera to them, and they'll be like, "Here's our new DSMC3 camera for 25 grand." Like that's what Leica does too. Anytime you send something to Leica, they want you to like buy their newest, latest thing, or they'll try to trade you. They'll be like, "Ooh," like when I sent my M8 in, they were like, "Yeah, we'll do a trade and you can buy the newest M10R for 3,500 and we keep your camera." I'm like, what? No, just fix the camera, dude. This is what I mean. Like, this is why I have no faith in companies, man. Like, I'm like, dude, why are there so many like fanboys for any company? Like, I don't get it. Like, and I think people thought I was a fanboy because I'm so passionate. Like I'm passionate when I talk. I can't control that. I mean, you guys made me see this. This is why I want to do these live streams. People can see like, oh, he's actually like that. You know what I mean? Like that's just how I am. But it's just like, there's nothing going on internally. And this is what I mean. Like I'm a little neurodivergent. Like there's nothing going on internally. I just sound like I'm like super pumped about something, but inside I'm just like, you know what I mean? And I think that's really hard for people to understand that because I talk so passionately. It's like, damn, maybe I should have been a politician or a lawyer, That V-Raptor X is heaven sent, though. I'm in love. Same with Bino. Older Red, I thought they were finicky and unreliable when they were new. It's true. 100%. Only 10 easy payments of $25.99. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, man. Oh, man. Why does this keep getting off center? I must be... You guys hear those dogs barking? The neighborhood dogs. We in the suburbs. Welcome back to the suburbs. Scanning film. Ghetto elaborate. Welcome. Oh, man. See what the lab does? I don't know if you guys... Can you guys see this? How curly this is? Do you see it? The lab did me dirty, man. I know, like... Because here's the thing, guys. Not all film dries dirty or curled like this. They as soon as they get done with it, they throw it in this canister. And it's like, no, don't do that. It's going to be impossible to scan it now. It's such a pain in the ass, dude. But whatever. It's just, little inconveniences. Life goes on. It'll be fine. Everything going to be all right. Get you some Doritos. Is that trigger a physical wire which could cause shaking? Yeah, it is a physical wire. I know. That's why when I do it, you see me like chill for a couple seconds. Here's the thing. I would use the Leica Photos app, but it will kill this camera immediately. It sucks, man. Again, just another reason why not to use this camera for scanning. Not ideal. But yeah, it totally shakes it when you first pick it up. That's why I like sit and chill with it for a minute. Yeah, you know me, man. It's like, yeah, he's dog times, bro. He's going to everything I do. I have to learn the hard way. I have to learn how people treat each other. I have to learn what people don't like. I have to learn, you know, not everyone gets my weird sense of humor. You know, everything I do in life is like, well, had to learn it the hard way, bro. I couldn't just listen to people. I go, no. Let me try it first. Let me make sure that it's a bad idea. I just need to double check and make sure that it's the worst thing I could have ever done. Hey, question. What was the camera you wish you had purchased but didn't? For me, it was Digital Bolex monochrome. They made a monochrome of that? I still didn't know if it was all that. Anyone try one in real life? Didn't even know Bolex made a monochrome. But I will tell you, I have been trying for years to get my hands on a Digital Bolex because back in my acting days, I was in this weird little film, dude. And I was the main person of it. And the whole thing was shot on Digital Bolex. And I was just blown away by that camera the whole time. Because I've always, you know, even as an actor, I always was interested in the cameras and things that were being used, obviously. And I just remember that camera in the image. It was just like the original OG Pocket. I think the OG Pocket would be the closest thing to the Digital Bolex. But I believe wouldn't the Digital Bolex have a bigger sensor than the OG Pocket? Or are they both Super 16 size? I can't remember. For some reason, I want to say that the Digital Bolex had a bigger sensor, but I think those sensors are, dare I say, quite similar, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong in that. I hear y'all. I live my life like it's an experiment and constantly find myself rowing upstream. Impulse control is an issue too. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. That's dog times. That's dog times. You see that? They're studying in the library. Boom. We're getting close now. We're getting close, boys and girls. Yeah, dude. So that's the main plan. I'm not really going to shoot color film much anymore. I have been debating. So I put my Leica M10 on Facebook, really just looking for trades. I've gotten some really wild trade offers for the M10, this camera. And someone, I came very close to trading my M10 for an A7C Mark II with a Leica M autofocus adapter. I think it's made by Typoc or somebody makes it. And I was like, I almost did it, but then I was just like, I'm not a fan of the electronic front shutter curtain that the A7C2 is. I'm not a fan of how the shutter sounds, but a lot of my motivation was I could use it potentially as a B cam for the FX6 because it's 10-bit. But then I was like, does the A7C2 overheat though? Because it's just a weird little thing. I don't know. I ended up not doing it. Obviously, I still have the M10. Only 118 frames to go. No, this roll's almost done. Well, yeah, you saw the bag of film. Yeah, we're not doing all that. Dude, I'll be here. I'm trying to get through this one roll. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice that people come through. It's nice that we even still have people in here, bro. That's why I wanted to do it, you know? I saw smaller channels live streaming, and I was always afraid to live stream. And I'm like, dude, let's just do it, dude. I'm bummed out that this one, I'm going to have to change the thumbnail on this one. Because the first one that I had ready to go with the thumbnail and everything, the one with the link that I put on Instagram, when I started you probably clicked on it and saw, I had it all set up to go with the big camera. And as soon as I hit go live, it switched to the computer's webcam and it wouldn't let me bounce over. I don't know. Maybe that's what I feel. I'm not, guys, this might sound crazy to you, but I'm not that technical savvy. I'm really not. I wish. Hold on. He said, is your garage sound treated? No. This is just duvetine I put up here. Ultra bounce on this side, duvetine back here. And then I left this open, whatever. I just didn't want you guys to just be looking at just garage stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so I put this up, but yeah, maybe it helps with the sound. If I really want to help with the sound, I would have put the duvetine on this side, but I like having the ultra bounce. So it's a little bit of pushback because you see this LUT that I have. When I first started the stream, I was sending out the log. So then I just threw whatever LUT. It's a LUT that we used on a music video that I last shot. And so it's a really crunchy LUT. It doesn't look that bad on the computer though, but on the video assist, it looks insane. Maybe it's double LUTted. Oh, it's probably double LUTted on that. That's why that looks crazy. Might as well make it a 24-hour stream. Yeah, what does no two take two mean? That 416 is, yeah, I know, right? MKH, baby. Sennheiser. I've had this. I bought this off of eBay, and it's my go-to, man. I use it on all my corporate jobs, where I have to be one-man band. And right now it's just plugged. This train might be gnarly though. Right now it's just plugged directly into the top handle. But when I send the SDI from the FX6 to the video assist, I can see the channels. So you're not only getting audio from this, but you're also getting audio from the top handle, which I thought might be too gnarly, but I don't know. Cognition. I don't know what no two take two. What is that? What are you talking about? No two take two. Did I say that? Did I say something that sounded like that? The stream title. Oh, yeah, I just did that in a frenzy. I had everything laid out perfect, man. I had all my meta tags. I had everything. I had the title. And then when the first one crashed, I had to end it because it was like on the computer. My computer's right here, and it was on the webcam. It just looked like ass, man. So I'm like, oh no. So, and it wouldn't let me switch. So I had to kill that one. And I just called it whatever to call it to get it going. I'll fix it when this is done. You can like go in and fix it afterwards. I'm trying to reach Joe, Digital Bolex, see if he still owns my Bolex, any Bolex monochrome. Dude, I didn't even know that they made a monochrome Bolex. I never knew that. That would be awesome. Yeah, now that would be a killer video if you wanted to make some really cool YouTube content. The monochrome Bolex would be the way to go. Because people would be, honestly, I didn't even see a whole lot of YouTube videos about the original digital Bolex, but maybe that was before my time on YouTube. So maybe they are out there. I imagine they are. I have never even heard of a monochrome digital Bolex. That's probably, yeah, that would make some cool content, because you want to know why too, because those older cameras are super popular right now. Everybody's going older, It's not a bad idea. Yeah, even if you can rent one. You know why else this is flawed? This setup, because normally I do this in darkness because I'm gonna get all this light flooding in. I just realized that. I'm so dumb. I just realized that. You're supposed to scan this stuff in like subdued light. Totally forgot about that. I'm sure it'll be fine. I keep getting videos for a 16 millimeter Russian camera. I can't remember the name. I don't even want a 16 millimeter camera. Damn it, this whole thing moved. How long ago did that happen? Oh my God, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. The whole table moved. It was this one. Things got weird right around here. Son of a gun. Yeah, we just gained more time on the stream. I gotta pay more attention. This whole thing moved. Krasna something. You checked it last 2 frames ago. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, Krasnogorsk 3, I think it's like a Russian Bolex. Man. Yeah, dude, because all the older cameras are a hot ticket now, dude. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants them old cameras. That's why I say, man, this M10 is going up in price, bro. Gotta get that money. I was trying to get someone to trade me an A1 just because that camera is like can do everything and anything. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's still a Sony. I almost traded this M10 for a Leica SL2S. That's a nice camera, but you want to know why I didn't do it? Because that camera is so heavy. Could you imagine walking around doing street with an SL2S? But man, that camera looks good. And for video, looks good, dude. No one talks about it. No one really talks about the SL2S. Yeah, dude. All right, Yeti. Yeah, it's dwindling down now. We still got some peeps in there, though. We still got some diehards, bro. Gotta catch the train, dude. That's the Metro. That's the Amtrak. I live very close to the Amtrak station. Yeah, train horn. Yeah, the Izzy. Yeah, dude. You can ride it right into downtown if you wanted to. SL2S 6K 10-bit. It does? It does 6K? I don't think it does 6K. I think the SL3 does 6K. I don't think the SL2S does. Does it? It definitely is 10-bit though, 100%. That SL3 is a nice camera, but boy, you're going to pay some big money for that. More money than I want to. I'll tell you that much right now. More money than I will, and more money than I want to. Man, I hope these are in focus, though. Focus looks good, though. What I worry more about is the automatic shutter, man. I usually check it, but that would have taken me even longer. I guess what would be moving a click still, whatever. People are saying the new Leica SL is basically going to be the new S1H. Well, that I believe is true because Lumix and Leica have a thing going for quite a long time. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It was the same when Leica was with Minolta, right? You could get the Minolta for way cheaper, but if you want the Leica name on it, you're going to pay more. And it literally is the same camera, but it just has Leica's name on it. It's like, and the same with some of the lenses too. It's like, you know how it goes. It's Toyota and Lexus, bro. But I will say, I used to own a Toyota, and now I own a Lexus. And I got to tell you, the Lexus is more luxurious. It really is. Then Konica Minolta got bought by Sony, and they sold them under the Sony name for a bit. 100%. I talked about that too. I did that, and I did a video on that. 100%. Yeah, because that's where Sony got the Alpha logo from. That Minolta, that's Minolta's logo. The Alpha logo, Minolta came up with that. 100%. My friend back in the day had a Konica Minolta with Ibis back when I had a Rebel XT or something. Damn, didn't know that about the Alpha logo. Yeah, dude. Hey, Charles Krebs in the house. Jonathan Wu. And Leica still don't know how electronics works. Don't say that. Don't say that about the old heads. Leica's just a bunch of old heads, bro. They the OGs, man. Here's the thing about Leica. They just want to stay traditional, They want to they're old heads, man. They really do have like the old head mentality, That's why I say this was another reason, since I've been using the M6 and the M3, the M10 feels redundant to me because I'm like, it's a rangefinder. This thing has one thing that it does. It's like I could use any other camera. you know, but you, in the beginning, you get it because of the simplicity. But when you have also have a analog M, a film M, you're like, this is redundant as hell, you know? I don't know. I've been back and forth about it. Just got the OG DSMC1 Dragon 6K PL mount. So psyched to shoot my next short on it. Damn, bro, you must be you're from the Sakurai camp. You're from the Spencer Sakurai camp. I see you guys over there. I see you guys over there buying up those old Reds. You are more brave than I, sir. Dude, they're coming for me. You hear those choppers? They're flying low, bro. Flying real low. Dang, I moved it again. See how I move it? No, that one came out good, though. But I'm glad I... Look, we're so close. Yeah, we only got 4 photos to go, bro. Hell yeah, dude. We did it. I honestly thought, like, at one point, I'm like, I'm not going to do this roll. But then there was a part of my brain that was like, you have to. You have to finish it. Like, you can't come out here and, like, set all this up and then just not do it. Right? Right. Mine came from NYU. Has NYU in white Sharpie on the bottom. That is cool. That's cool. How much did you get it for? Did you tell us? How much you get it for us? How much did you pay for it? Come on, tell us the skinny, bro. How much did you pay for it? Let me guess. Five. Well, let me see. Between $4 and $5 grand. Yeah. 2,500. Yeah, see, they're dirt cheap, dude. Brain and side handle. But what about the mags? Did you get mags? And PL mount. Did you get mags though? Okay, just heard back from Joe. He will be back from current project middle of... He got back to him already? He's working on it, bro. He is going to have a video. Alex is going to have a video about the monochrome Bolex. That's awesome. Jesus criminy, dude. I'm so close to the end. I'm dropping shit. This is out of control. Oh, I didn't... I'm getting too excited. I'm going to have dust everywhere. I got all this side light spilling in from my book light. It's pure madness over here. Did I take 2 same pictures? Dang, I took 2 pictures of the same thing. I hate it when I do that. I guess the angle is slightly different. Unacceptable. Film's too expensive to be doing multiple angles. Damn it. 2 frames to go. No mini mag SSD, bro. But found 664 and brand new unopened red from a rental house in LA. Got it all rigged. V-mount monitor, lens, and mags for under 10K. Damn, bro. I don't know, man. You guys are crazy, dude. You guys are wild. You guys are wild. But I'm sure you'll make something cool with it. And you might even get hired because of it, depending on your market. The image off that sensor, though. Which one is it? Which one did you get? Hold on. The OG DSMC1 Dragon. I think I shot on that one. It's not bad, but the low light, you know, you got to feed it. They are light hungry. They're light hungry. 6K Dragon. Yeah. Yeah, I shot a music video on the 6K Dragon way back in the day. I think I was technically still in film school. Yeah, I was still in film school, so I sucked. I still suck. What am I talking about? But you got to put a lot of light on that thing. Whole stop darker. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be fun. I honestly considered it. I considered it last summer before I bought the FX6, but I just couldn't, man. There was a part of me that was just like, I just can't do that. I can't. It just felt like it was buying too old of tech. You know what I mean? But I get it. I get why people do it. FX6, way better camera for making money. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, 100%. You get it. You get it. I had to cut my losses. Like, I can still do passion projects on the FX6. What do I care? What the hell is that? Whoa. I don't know what that's a picture of. but it looks crazy. It looks insane. I'm going to show you guys this negative because I'm pretty sure this is the last photo. Maybe that's why. Maybe it got messed up. I'm going to pull it out. Oh, yeah, this one's done. Yeah. Well, there is still like a weird ghost frame on here. Hold on. No wasted frames. Got to get the ghost frame. I like the weird ghost frames. Okay, let's see. I make no money and just make narrative projects. So your day job is something else? Or you just like wealthy? Hold on. Before we go, maybe I'll have this as the new thumbnail. Maybe I'll scan this and we'll use it as the new thumbnail. I buy stuff, use it, then feel bad when other things come up and I don't use it enough. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. I got to shine my phone through it. I brought all my stuff out here. Like I literally thought I was going to like cut and organize and everything. Like, dude, that's not going to happen. It took me 2.5 hours to do this. Trust me, guys. It does not take me that long to do this. We were talking it up a lot. It doesn't take long to scan this stuff. It really does. Even with my ghetto elaborate setup here. So sick you're scanning your own stuff. Yeah, dude. I buy stuff. Okay. And enough to buy camera gear. Yeah, dude. Same here for now. I'm like reading everybody's conversation. Okay, hold on. See? I can't get the... Oh, the flashlight doesn't work if the thing... Oh, you guys aren't going to be able to see that. What am I doing with my life, bro? I'm actually literally trying to get you guys to see this. You'll just... Oh, you're not going to see that. There's no way you're going to see that. My hand is stuck. Oh, shit, my hand got stuck. Oh, I have carpal tunnel. All right. What I will do is I will put the photo from the camera as the thumbnail for this stream. Not the developed version, the neg, because I want you guys to see that wild looking photo. I don't even know what it is. Won't know until I put this in a negative lab. But see, this is the worst part. Now I got to cut this. And the lab does this, right? The lab ruins this. It's all wrinkled because they put it in this can, okay? And now cutting it is the worst. It's hard enough scanning it when it's this curly, but now when you have to cut it, and then when you put it in the binder, and then I got to take the page out and I got to put it underneath books overnight and many a night to get it to flatten out. But this stuff, it's not like paper. It's really hard to get this to flatten out. So that's why I started scanning my own film. Plus, too, you save a boatload of money. When they were developing and scanning the Cine Still, it was like $20 to develop and scan. When I told them just to develop it, $6. Some labs are like $25 if you got to like push it. I sometimes push the Cine Still because I underexpose it. All right, we did it, guys. I actually prefer it this way. It puts less pressure on the project and allows me to take my time producing what I'm proud of. The neg. Yeah, dude. Got to embrace the neg, the dark side. All right, dudes. That's it, dude. We did 2 hours and 24 minutes. That's insane. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to do 1 hour. My wife is probably like, what happened to him? Where did he go? Okay, guys, thank you so much, man. That was awesome, guys. And yeah, so maybe next week we'll do a late night live. And should we do it in the garage again? I'm definitely not going to do this again because this got me nowhere. This was ridiculous. And I don't even know if any of those, if that's good, if those are good scans or not. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, man. Yeah, next week we'll get it. Good day from Australia. Stuart, did you just get in here, dude? We're out, dude. You're going to have to see us when you're going to have to do the replay. We did 2.5 hours almost, bro. Yeah, dude. Okay, guys, that's it. We're going to cut it. Thank you for hanging out. And next video, what is the next video? Guys, I got pulled into Dehancer zone. I'm doing a video on Dehancer. They gave me the software, and my video is going to be weird though. I'm doing a weird video. I may go. I want to try to do something like Mr. Mayhem. he's my idol, but I don't have any VFX, so I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But I'm trying to whip up something interesting for the weird intro. And but yeah, this Dehancer, I don't know. They're taking over the internet, so that's probably what the thumbnail will be. They're taking over the internet. Okay, all right, guys. Yeah, dude, just got Blaine's F1 Dehancer is mid in my opinion, but interesting. I know. That's how I feel about it too. Like using the film, like I use a power grade for the Kodak LUTs that are built into Resolve, and I'm like, it doesn't feel much different than that. I have been playing with it with my M10, but I haven't had my wife review it yet because you guys know I'm colorblind. So like it's really hard for me to see like is it destroying the colors, like, and maybe who knows what the video will be. So it'll be a fun one for sure. Yeah, dude. People just selling power grades. Yeah, I guess. Mine was not a I got mine off of the dude, you know the Australian guy that does the Da Vinci stuff. I think his name's Darren. I stole one of his power grades. I stole it, like he did a video on it. Dude, that was like years ago. And I made that power. He literally walks you through how to make the film emulation power grade. And I saved it. And that's all I ever use. It's all I ever use. However, with Sony's, I have Juan Malara's power grade. So Juan Malara has the Sony to Alexa power grade. Those are the only two I use. But yeah, they're fabricated. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, Darren Mawson. That's his name. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's a power grade from the same guy who did the 16 mil emulation. It's pretty good. He did a 35 mil version. Don't get me wrong, some of them can be really good. Hell yeah. Okay, guys, we're out of here. It's getting cold in here. All right, guys, thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one.